All right, and, we're live, JL. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, sir. I'm energized after that shit show.
Not me, man. I'm exhausted. I don't know why I've been so fucking tired
Well, you
lately,
did the heavy
but
lifting. I'm surprised you ain't got bigger guns, man. You heavy lifted that whole thing.
well, I want to say that let's just not talk about what I did. Let's talk about your performance because you came in without even being prepared. It was literally a last minute thing. Fight wasn't feeling good enough to take part in the debate and be effective. Like he was just out of it, just he wasn't feeling good, just didn't know how. I was like, don't even do it, man. I was like, if you're not feeling good, take the day off and get some rest. I got this. And then I was like, I do want to kind of have somebody else there with me. Not that I needed somebody, but I just wanted to have somebody else there with me so when I could step away and take a break and a breath and somebody else could speak. And the first person I thought about was you. I was like, oh, man, fuck. We always talk about getting JL on to come on and debate. Let me hit him up and see if he is available. So everybody should know that any contributions you were making were being made off the cuff. You had like an hour to prepare for that debate. So you did amazing given the absolute short time that I gave you to debate. So thank you. Thank you for everything, man.
Oh, you're very welcome. And it was fun. It was. I really enjoy prepping and most importantly getting to know who I'm going up against because getting a feel for their channels and the kind of crap that they spout. Fortunately, the two guys that we were talking to, you watch the top video on their channels and you can suss out everything that is going on behind the scenes. And that's why I was kind of like, well, this actually might be easier because if you have such an extensive knowledge and you've done so much research into evolution and the evidence that supports it, whereas I'm more on the atheist side, debating theology, debating against theists and stuff like that. I was kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to go from this direction. And all the stuff they're saying, they're going to try and bury the audience in the field of genetics and just they're gonna, and they did numbers and all these scientific technical terms, and I knew that people are not going to be able to follow this, or most people are not going to be able to follow this just off the cuff. They're going to be listening like, what the hell are they talking about? So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to let team do the heavy strikes like right to the face regarding this, and I'm going to come in underneath and just be like, wait a minute, how is any of what you're saying evidence for a creator or a designer? I want to get to that point. And then they kept like running back into the field of genetics to hide over there. So I tried to contribute as much as I could.
The thing is they weren't really going into the field of genetics. Like that's the stuff they were talking about is like 10 steps beyond where we were talking about, So I'm here positing that ERVs are relic, RNA viruses that happen to get inserted into our genome and passed on to future generations. They're talking about the effects of these RNA viruses inside of the body, trying to argue with me about these, talking about their functionality. A lot of the things they were bringing up, couldn't have been brought up without the existence of an ERV. At some point, they were even inconsistent within themselves because SFT was arguing that his position was that ERVs aren't even viral related. They're just junk DNA. And the other guy's whole position was like, well, no, they have function, so they were put there to begin with. And I say, okay, well, what about this gene and this gene and this gene? Well, it's not the fact that those genes are existing inside the body. It's that the fact that those genes are where they are and are very specific to viral functions. We find this gene sequence in modern day viruses. They all have this specific 3 types of genes inside of them. And that's what my point was. And they were like, well, here's a place where this gene is, where reverse transcriptase is used. And where did the reverse transcriptase come from? Like you've still not given me a reason as to believe that there was a natural reason for an RNA specific enzyme inside of the body that only relies on DNA. And it's just, I don't know. They weren't very. I don't think that they had addressed anything I brought up. I mean, the chromosome 2 part.
They didn't.
I'll give the chromosome 2 part. I'll let that one pass. slide because we didn't have enough time. And that seemed like something SFT really wanted to get into. And unfortunately for SFT, those were where I needed cited papers, and that's where I had all the cited information. Everything else I had talked about was pretty much just knowledge of ERVs. Maybe I could have used cited the sources for the chimpanzee and human DNA comparison, but that's pretty much a well-known thing inside of biology. Like they already kind of I mean, I could have cited a high school biology book. You know what I'm saying? But I could have cited that. I do have the citations for it, but I could have cited that. The chromosome 2 part is the real killer, because that shows something that is directly between the chimpanzee and humans. Actually, we can identify the chimpanzee chromosome 13 as being fused with chimpanzee chromosome 2, becoming human chromosome 2. So there's no ifs, ands, buts about that. And I had all the cited sources for that, but unfortunately we just didn't get to that point. Which, hey, it happens.
What? He may have wanted to go. He may have wanted to go into it, but that was SFT. But the other guy, John, was it LPP?
Yeah, John. Oh, he was. I triggered him, bro. I triggered him. So bad.
Yeah. He was pissed, and I wish he'd engaged, because that was the one thing. Because what SFT was doing, you seem to handle SFT pretty good. I kind of went in with a little bit of a bone to pick with LPP, because in the stuff that I watched of him, he's really hardcore on trying to trigger atheists. Is that it's like, here's questions you can ask atheists that will trigger the hell out of them because they have no answers, or blah blah blah. And of course there are answers out there. You just have to look for them. You just have to study the science. But I kind of went in there. I was like, well, I want to go after this one, and he just kept deflecting back to, or he would kind of pass it off to SFT and let him take it, and he would just get mad every time he didn't have, or he would shut down and not have an answer for any time I tried to bring something up. So he was more disruptive, I would say, kind of in the sense you just wanted, because I mean, yeah, you use the F word, but that's just the way you talk. But he was the one who's coming out saying that. He was coming out. I mean, if I remember correctly, he was the first one to say, "You're a fucking idiot. You don't understand what you're talking about. You have no knowledge of this," or whatever. Like, he was the one that came out with the attacks, and it was kind of like, he's just using the F word, and I don't use it often on this. I mean, I'm salty as fuck on my podcast, but just he seemed projecting, like he was projecting a lot.
Yeah. And then they didn't quite understand why I brought up the sickle cell anemia. That's directly, so the population that was affected by that ended up being a beneficial mutation. That's why we don't see too many like people that are like more closely close in ancestor lineage, I guess, to the African people, the like true indigenous African people. They're going to have a higher
sub-Saharan.
Yeah, they're going to have higher potential to have sickle cell anemia, because it gives them an evolutionary advantage for their geological pressures. I mean, they had geological pressures that allowed them to thrive with this mutation, where that mutation everywhere else in the world, because malaria wasn't so prevalent everywhere else in the world, resulted as a inconvenience. The body didn't benefit from the mutation, therefore it didn't keep the mutation when it passed it on through genetics. The mutations that get passed on through genetics are the ones that help reproduce better, help ensure that a reproduction occurs. And just through statistical probability alone, you'll start to see that anything that doesn't give the body a reproductive advantage is going to cost additional energy. It's an inefficient model, and it will fail when put up against the more efficient models of the rest of the human population.
Well, the evidence that you're citing there is direct refutation. They're saying that all mutations are disadvantageous, and right there, you have a mutation that was cause a particular biological issue. It's not that issue decimate the species in that societal group. So literally, you have an advantageous mutation Just like there are, and you can see this in all areas of the world, in the areas where my answers come from, in the areas where, especially the Asians, I think the vitamin D deficiency, the inability that Asians have out of that area of the world. I mean, that's a specific thing because that was an environmental pressure and their dietary restrictions. So when you know what I'm referring to, the whole Marco Polo scenario that almost wiped out the Asian cultures.
No, I'm not familiar with that.
So basically, in many Asian countries, one of the predominant staples of their diet is rice, and it's unpolished rice. It's just brown rice, straight, from where it's grown. And the seed case on that rice is how they get a particular vitamin that they need to survive. Well, when Marco Polo came over and he visited the East, and they began trade routes in between his country and the East, they took some of that brown rice back. Marco Polo took that brown rice back to where he came from, and then it was like, people there were like, this is disgusting. Why would people eat this? But then they figured out a way to polish it, and they made it white by taking off the seed husk. He then brought the white rice back to the East and showed them how to do it. It's like, check this out. We can make your rice tastier. So they eat it like, this is amazing. So they start polishing their rice, and it almost wiped them out because that seed coating had a vitamin that was necessary for their survival. But they didn't realize that at the time because that was the only way where their civilization had come up evolutionarily. It was the only way they could get that vitamin. And Marco Polo almost wiped them out because of that. So
JL, you're clipping a little bit now, and I'm starting to notice that it's when you start going a little bit louder, and I wonder if that maybe is the problem. Can you go into your computer and adjust the gain down just a bit, maybe from 100 to 90%, and see if that keeps it from clipping? I'm gonna run through super chats while you do that. COVID Keela for $2, sending all my love to everyone. Stay safe, folks. And unfortunately, that COVID Keela joke is a little bit harsh right now because Senorita Keela is in the hospital right now. So guys, honestly, and I'm dead serious about this, everybody show her a little bit of love. She could use a big fucking virtual hug right now. And you're getting one from me, COVID Keela, without even being here in the same room. So thank you very much for that. And everybody, please, for real, give Crafty some love. Ilya Moon for $5. Hashtag Hell Sagan. Hashtag Hell Team and JL. Great debate. Love you all. Thank you, Ilya. And I appreciate that. One of the things I told JL before the podcast had started was that, of course I want validation. I don't want to be told I'm right. I want to be told what I could do better or what I got wrong or how I truly did. And it's hard to get that from people that I consider friends. And I do consider you a friend, Ilya. But, when the overwhelming number of people come to you and say, you're doing a good job, you did this right, you hit this right, it does help boost the self-confidence. And you guys know, I'm so fucking modest that it's inexplicable. So I actually would never tell myself how great I am while staring at myself in the mirror wearing only a mankini. I don't fucking do that every night, guys. I really, really don't. But it does help me. It does help me boost my confidence in a new topic, especially when I hear from you guys as to how well I did or did not do. So thank you again very much, Ilya, for not just your contribution, but also the critique and the criticism. And if anybody would like to critique me and let me know what I could have done better, I am a creature of learning. I don't stop here. I'm going to go back and listen to that debate. I'm going to learn some of these word salad topics and how to address some of them. Of course, if you just make up a term like me and JL were talking about, they made up the term genetic entropy. That is a term that is made up. Whether I say it's made up and you can go pull it out of a book, and we'll cover that in a second, Daniel Pratt and Sean Hawkins. Whether I say it's made up and you go, no, look, here's a book, it's not made up. That's not what it means to be said that something's made up when we're talking about math and science. When it comes to math and science, when you take two words and you use them colloquially in a way that you understand it, that doesn't make the term a scientific term. It just makes it a word that you use to describe something. And they did that with genetic entropy. Going back and watching it, of course, I was already prepared for that one, but there were some other, word salad topics that they threw out there that I need to at least have the understanding that these are some of the terms they use, so I know exactly how to refute them when they brought them up. Just because somebody brings up a term on the spot doesn't mean I have to have a refutation or explanation as to how that's word salad, especially if I've never heard the term before in my life. So thank you very much, though, Ilya, straight up. Michael H. for €5. Fun fact for the next evolution debate with creationists. Big part of genetics has been discovered by Gregor Mendel, actual monk in Abbey, year 1880-ish. Ha, that's funny. That's awesome. Hey, more power to you. If you want to believe in God, that's fine, because some of the science that came out of the early science came from people in like clergymen who were Catholics and Christians and whatnot. I still don't agree that you should be believing in a false, fictitious God, but science did come out of that. I mean, there was science that did come out of these people that we still use today. So I'm pretty sure the term the Big Bang was coined by a religious clergyman. Sorry guys, I'm tripping on words tonight. Nerd Angle for $9.99. An ERV caused mutation having a function is irrelevant. Exactly. The evolution model says that this happens. We are the kind of creatures, and we are thankful to the mutations from viruses. Yes, exactly. If humans would have evolved to be humans, and we would have never received the ERV that eventually was mutated to give us placenta functionality, then we would be born in eggs if we were still humans, of course, or we would have found another way to mutate within it to give ourselves a birth advantage, and the placenta is a birth advantage. And there's a funny thing about that. There are some lizards that have placentas. Evolutionary or creationists would need to explain this, because it is explained by the presence of an ERV that causes a cytokine enzyme to form, and they give live births. It's almost as if live births with the placenta is a preferred way of procreating. That with just the right mutation, this type of birth will take hold, even if it's not in the mammalian species. I need to find that, because we talked about it earlier. Those are claims. I need to have that. If somebody can help me find that lizard that has a placenta, I would greatly appreciate that. But it's all from an ERV.
Does it sound a bit better?
Yeah, that sounds great. You sounded good. I just was afraid that maybe it was maybe you were clipping on your end coming to me, like your computer was clipping you off so that you didn't get too loud. Okay, so let me get through these. Let's see. The plot hole for $2. Woohoo! I'll bring the beers. Hey, JL, Johnny, what day do you have free this week? Daytime or evening?
I'm free all days until I get clearance that I've tested negative.
Should we wait until we get that clearance back before we?
I got tested. I got tested over a week. No, I got tested over a week ago. So I think they're just we're so bad. Yeah, we're so backlogged here in Texas that I think that I've gotten lost in the shuffle.
Where did you get tested at?
Care Now.
Okay, so do they have reliable tests there at Care Now?
Yeah, as far as I know. I mean, that's where that's where they did it. I mean, I did the whole thing where they crammed the thing up into your sinuses and do that.
Scratch your brain with
pretty much. It was so funky, and my sinuses were on fire for like 2 days afterwards.
Okay, so all right, so JL, it does sound a lot better, but I'm still seeing a peak every once in a while. Can you maybe turn yourself down about another 5%? That should be perfect, because you're probably just like phantom clipping. It's probably not clipping. It's probably just telling me you're clipping because you're approaching it. But if you'll turn it down about another 5%, I can then control you on this side so you don't clip and you're not too soft. All right, so yes, after we get clearance from his doctor, we will get together and have a dinner. I'm going to try to live stream that dinner, guys. I'm going to try to get Mark Beiser in there as well, another fellow Dallasite. All right, John Rapp for 5 Aussie dollars. Well done, team, and especially J.L. Warren. I don't understand nearly enough about genetics, but I can see how young Earth creationists are retrofitting info into their imaginary model. Exactly. So the most damaging thing that I had to offer was two independent mechanisms that give the same result. Okay, and they're both mechanisms of evolution, but they're independent of one another. The LTR to LTR, the difference, the change in the mutation, the discontinuity, okay, between the two, that is a completely separate from the retroviral fitting into the actual DNA and getting, passed on through a gamete to future generations. Those are independent of one another. Neither one of those have anything to do with either one of them. The LTR sites are just the sites of insertion. Okay, so that's it. Random mutations take over after that. That's what evolution predicts. So we should see random mutations. The positions of the insertions of the virus are key because we know that we pass our genes on to our offspring. And if evolution is right, then future species will come out of offspring, out of future generations. So if the ERV is passed between generation and generation, then no matter how far up, well, there is an exception to this, but no matter in how far up, you should always see the ERV in the genetic makeup, in the genome. Now, there is an exception to this, and this is if I believe it's called transposing. If the ERV becomes transposed or gets removed from the genetic makeup for whatever reason, then it's going to no longer be in future generations. But the ways to falsify this are to find the ERV where it should not be. So if you find an ERV that appears to be inserted at, let's say, in the old world monkeys or in the common ancestor with the old world monkeys, then old world monkeys and all of the primates should all have that ERV in it. Now, if we find the ERV in turtles, then we've got a problem. Then we can go back and say something's not right about the model because the model explicitly rejects the turtle from having this ERV marker in the same genetic location. So until then, you haven't falsified the model. As far as the LTR to LTR discontinuity, the further back an ERV was inserted, the more random mutation should be between the two sites. What do we see? Further back it gets inserted, the more random mutations there are. It's simple science. And guess what? All this was done after 1970. When was the phylogenetic tree put up? Oh, that was like 1900s, way back in the day, like early 1900s. So that is the definition of independent confirmation. That's making a prediction and 70 years later validating the prediction with science, with data and observation. So, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, John Rapp. Glass Monster for $2 Canadian. Glass Monster screen time. You know what? I'm actually going to bring you on today. I'll bring you on here in a little bit, Glass Monster, but I'm going to bring you on towards the end of tonight. Not the end, but I'm going to do a little bit of time here with J.L. Warren, and then we'll get you on a little bit later. Crafty Keela, go back to your hospital bed for €2. Thank you, chat. It means a lot. RN. Thanks, Robin. Oh, fuck off. She's calling me Robin, JL. She's calling me Robin. From Batman and fucking Robin. Is that even fucking right?
Okay. Your relationship with Craig, with Fight the Flat Earth, you're kind of Robin. But for the purposes of this stream, for the purposes of this, I am your Robin.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me fix that problem we're having. Can you say something, JL? Okay, yeah, we got it fixed. I just had to mute J.L. Warren for a second. Let me unmute you.
All
right. For 50 Donkey Kong dollars, why do humans have a non-functional secondary eyelid? Because of our ancestry. It is partly functional in cats, by the way. I did not know that, Henrik. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. And somebody
He's
else brought
talking
up
about the vestigial remnants of the nictitating eyelid that we have the remnants of in down there in the corner of your eye, right there. It's
yeah.
millions of years ago, our common ancestor had a nictitating membrane that went over the eyelid for cleaning and for protection while eating, and we have since lost that, but we have the vestigial remains of that.
Okay. Somebody else brought up a good point, and I think this point went completely beyond the other guys. The the mutation for colorblindness, it is it serves no real function towards helping us reproduce or taking away any reproductive value from a normal human being, right? So for our body, for our genetic, for evolution, for the way we pass on genes, for genetics to go in and remove that gene from us requires energy. That energy, using that energy, does not give us an evolutionary advantage. Therefore, it would take away from another function. It would have to take away from another function. And because our body is almost purely functional. I mean, there's a lot of non-functional DNA, but there's also the majority of it has a functional purpose. Then it would stand to reason that in the most likely case, you're going to be pulling energy from something that does give an evolutionary advantage away, just to complete the process of removing the faulty DNA. Because it doesn't matter one way or another, we retain the DNA because that is the easiest, most efficient way for us to use our energy, the energy that we have for cellular reproduction and genetics.
Boom.
Okay, let me see. John Rapp for 2 Aussie dollars. Crafty Keela. Oh yeah, that's where I'm at. Crafty Keela, get well soon. You are a force of good. She is. I love her. Dave Gar for $5. Things to do better. More definitions of genetics in the opening argument. Centromeres, telomeres, etc. Make it a teachable moment. Love you. Thanks, Dave. Actually, I did. I had. I know I didn't use a lot of that because I wanted to focus on ERVs. Because that was going to be my main push for the debate. The human chromosome 2, there would have been a lot of talk of centromeres and telomeres and that. And I had all of the documentation to back up everything that I said. So hopefully next time we will eventually get to the centromere telomere portion of that discussion, which did fit in better with the when talking about chromosomes and the chromosome fusion of chromosomes. Ilya Moon for $2. Crafty Keela is brilliant and kind. Love. Oh, she is. She's so awesome. She raised goats, guys. NANA for $2. Hate you. I know you do. And I'm gonna do it like everybody else does it, Auntie. Okay, this name is gonna really mess me up here. Auntie Hervinsalo? Auntie Hervinsalo for €2. Rip Natalie. I got his wrench removed at Modern Day Debates. Everybody, take a moment. Stand up and clap for Auntie Hervinsalo. There you go, Bubba. These claps are for you, my friend. Way to get the moderator badge taken away. Hey, and I see Anthony Purcell out there as well. Purcell, Mr. Purcell. PhD Tony. That's what his new name is. Guys, that's what we're going to start calling Anthony Purcell, okay? PhD Tony. That's his new name. I was getting prepared to use some of the evidence that you gave to conspiracy cats. So I was, if we got to that evidence, which was the evidence regarding chromosome 2 of the human chromosome 2, that was going to be where I'm sorry. That was the evidence that you gave to him was to suggest that the Earth is not 6,000 years old, which they did make that claim. Which had two refutations to it. Number one, the data that I had regarding the volume of water in our oceans. It goes back millions and millions of years, conducted by 57, I believe, different independent organizations conducted the same test and all got the same results. So, I mean, there's no better way to independently verify something than to do it 57 times from people that are, spatially and temporally disconnected from each other. But yeah, good shit, Tony. And if you want to come on, just let me know in the chat and I'll bring you on, bud. The plot hole for $2. J.L. Warren's first video should be ready tonight. Woo! I'm excited.
Yes.
Why is he telling us about your first video and not you, by the way?
I was running into some difficulties because one of the problems I had when making that video was whenever I exported it, because I completed it, but whenever it was exporting, I was getting a lot of artifacts. And I could not figure out what the reason why. I'm assuming my system might not be able to handle the load. So Johnny volunteered to take the folder with all the clips and everything in it and assemble it so he could export it on his machine and make it so that I could post it up. So.
Well, that's fucking awesome, man. That's how we do it, man. Teamwork makes the dream work, guys. We got to fucking look out for each other. Help promote each other. Let's see. Crafty Keela for €2, and she's going to be lying her ass off with this one. I love you, really, team. When you have to say really, when you say, I love you, really, like it just makes me understand that you don't really love me. It's all good. You're in the hospital. I'll give you a pass till tomorrow. COVID Keela. Basic trigonometry for €2. I disagree. I'd say team is Batman and FTFE is Alfred. Wow, he's not even a superhero anymore. I love you, basic trigonometry.
Could Batman really do anything without Alfred? I mean, come on.
Stop pissing in my Cheerios, JL. Stop. Commander Darklight for 80 Aussie dollars. Thank you, sir. Oh my God, I appreciate that. I finally caught a live stream at the plot hole. Take some of your hot sauce to the dinner with team. Bring it. In fact, Commander Darklight just brought up a good suggestion. Since you're going to be bringing hot sauce and you don't have a choice, the plot hole, let's do Mexican food. How do you feel about Mexican food, JL? You good?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, let's do Mexican food then. We'll reach out to Mark Beiser. He may be in the chat, but if Mark Beiser's in the chat, let me know if Mexican food's okay with you, and I'll reach out to Hal and anybody else that might be in the Dallas area. We'll have a nice little dinner. Let's see, David Keller, Commander Darklight. I read that one. I finally caught a live stream at the plot hole. Take some of your hot sauce to the dinner with team. And yeah, man, we'll have to take some pictures there. Speaking of pictures, JL. Excuse me, had to burp. Don't let me forget. I have a picture I want to show tonight. A fan sent me a picture in that I really want to show off tonight. So if you'll remind me of that, please. David Keller for $2. FTFE is an apprentice. Team is the Jedi Master. I hope you're listening, FTFE. I'm basically being called fucking Yoda tonight. All right, goddamn Yoda, and I love it. Let's see. Okay. All right. Anthony Purcell for $5 Aussie dollars. Did you guys see the SciShow episode on how life hacks entropy? No, but I'd love to see that. I like SciShow. I think it's a great channel. I think they do a good job with science education. So I'll definitely check it out.
Man Devil in the chat. If Team Skeptic is Batman, then Nathan is still a piece of dog shit.
Yes. And that is an insult to all pieces of dog shit out there. We do apologize if a poodle has recently dropped you on the sidewalk and you feel offended by that statement. Sorry, not sorry. In Flat Earth for $2. Type 1 if Natalie blocked you in the debate. Oh, what? Hold on. In Flat Earth, was he blocking y'all in the debate? Like on Modern Day Debates channel, he was blocking y'all. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Anybody who asked him a question, he didn't like, he just blocked him.
Oh my God, if I'd have known that, I'd have started asking him, why is he in the chat? There's no children here. That's the real question everybody wants to know, Nathan. What are you doing hanging around adults again? Like, don't you hang around children? Didn't you get arrested for that shit? And here you are fucking tracking down other fucking kids. Guys, if y'all haven't seen the video, go to his fucking channel. He didn't learn the first time. Now he's riding around on fucking his little board or whatever the fuck it is and going into people's yards to talk to other people's kids. You can't fucking do that. You're going to get arrested or shot, Nathan. Okay?
Irish Demon's video was pretty good.
As much as I'm not going to cry in either situation, I would prefer to not see you shot. So don't just go running up to children in their lawn trying to hand them out flyers and telling them the earth's flat. Oh my God. I'm dead serious, man. In Texas, we have a different mindset in Texas when it comes to that. We protect our own children. So David Oliver for $2, or for €5, I'm sorry. I'm building an airship in my Minecraft survival world. Oh my God, David, listen, I need to get the Minecraft stuff from you so I can give it to my kid. He's been playing Minecraft lately. I'm sure he'd go in there and fucking chill with you or do whatever. Unfortunately, I don't play Minecraft, or I'd do it, but my son would get in there and fucking have fun, fuck it all up and have fun with you, bro. The plot hole for $2. Team can't handle the heat. Bull fucking shit, plot hole. Bullshit, Johnny. Yeah, bring it. I will maybe taste it with a toothpick first. I probably won't take a spoon and spoon feed myself, but John Rapp for $2 Aussie. Batman Robin, huh? The Mankini says Joker. Yeah, the Joker's a badass, and I am a badass in the Mankini, so that is true. Macabre Malefica. Has anyone pointed out the irony that Natalie calls science imagination, but thinks hitting a ping pong ball with a hammer can make his D bigger? Yeah, no, it's not how it works. It was funny. I'm trying to remember the person's name who has the Nancy video, but it's so funny. Like, as he's poking the ball, the person, oh God, now I'm gonna have to look it up. They're bouncing the ball, but what they do is it's like a cartoon, and it has somebody pecking at Nathan's little pee-pee.
Even the other bird that was pecking at his junk.
Yeah, I have it saved to watch. Like, I saved the channel because I want to go back and watch the actual channel and see what they're doing. Let me find it. Oh my God. All right. Anyway, hey, I'll find that because I want to show that channel off. I want to give a shout out to that channel tonight. So let me get back to my other screen. All right. And oh yeah, by the way, guys, for everybody out there, John Rapp just super chatted. You know the appropriate response to a John Rapp super chat. Flat derp. I see you guys. I'll bring it up. But in the meantime, while I'm bringing that up, yeah, everybody, oh no, it won't let me do emojis again. Look, that's the proper one too. YouTube fucking hates me, bro. They fucking hate me. What up, TC Lucas? How are you, sir? Long time, buddy, long time. All right, so Flat Derp, that was the name of the channel. I do remember it now. So let me pull that up real quick because this is pretty damn funny.
2 times 2 equals 4. 4 times 4 equals 16.
Yeah.
It was like you just focusing so hard.
Oh, wow. Team Skeptic's reaction to Nancy Boy. Oh, my goodness. I got to go watch that one. Oh, here's the one. Oh, you have new videos up too, Flat Derp. That's awesome. Okay, hold on. Let me get it piped in audio here for you guys so y'all can hear it. I got to get it all set up. I got to bring it in. Oh, wait.
Wait a second. Is this a series he has? Nancy Boy Nathan?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Is this a series he has? Nancy Boy Nathan?
I have no idea. Okay.
I'm gonna have to check this out. This looks fantastic.
All right, JM, or God, I always say JM.
Wow.
I know, man. I know. You can hate me later.
I felt I felt it in my mitochondria.
It's only 6,000 years old, so the hate can't go back that far. Which is fucking stupid to begin with. We have fucking Neanderthal mitochondrial DNA, which is over 100,000 years old. But I guess they don't want to address that. Hey, I'm gonna do me a favor. Don't don't talk while I'm playing this video until after because it's going to come through twice. Okay.
Okay.
And so I've got this injury, and I know that the body needs to repair, and I'm not putting myself at risk for making it worse right now. It's not actually broken, guys. What I mean by broken is it doesn't work properly. So my is broken. It's not working properly. So I want to get it working better, and I think one of the ways I could do that is just by activating some of the stabilizer muscles to move blood flow around, but also through the neurogenesis process of stimulating neural growth in the brain and in the hands. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 236. I did my time and I went out.
Oh my God. All right, you're safe.
Sorry.
Isn't that awesome? Like, there's so many creative people these days that are just putting out funny shit. Like, Flat Earth has gone from the address the topic to ridicule the people, and I think it's amazing. It's a much needed transformation. There's no reason to take a Flat Earther seriously these days. There just none.
That alone gets a subscribe.
Yeah, right. I know, right? And I'm telling you, he's put out 3 since then, or he or she. I'm not sure. They put out 3 since then. So yeah, that's awesome. Let's go. And yeah, that was from Macabre Malefico with that $5 Aussie super chat. Thank you very much, sir. Ilya Moon for $2. I was hashtag blocked by Natalie. Oh man, now you can wear the honor. See, in this community, I think I was the first one to get booted from his Facebook group, or at least the first one to say that out loud, because that was the beginning of my YouTube channel. I started the YouTube channel because he kicked me out of fucking his Facebook group, and I was like, oh, really? Really? You want to boot me out? Okay, I'll go start a YouTube channel and clown you dudes in fucking real life. That's when I realized, oh shit, there are a few Flat Earth debunkers already. And yeah, so I got blocked, and that started my channel. So welcome to the Cool Kids Club, Ilya. All right, huge arse for $2 Aussie dollars. FTFE is Krylin to Team's Lister. Crafty Keela for $5. Later chat. Gotta go rest. Love you guys. Team be good or good at it. Well done to both of you guys tonight. Keep being amazing. Well, thank you, and you keep being amazing too. And I appreciate the super chat. And for real, get feeling better. So we're not hearing the last of Crafty. Because already I'm starting to miss you. Hurry the fuck up. Your pal Al and she has an amazing video of a breakdown on Ranty that you guys should go check out. Your pal Al for $2, watching the MLR Jackals next year. Dallas versus Nola Gold. Ooh. Where at? Where you watching it, Al? You watching it New Orleans or Dallas? I'm down wherever. Let's go. I'll meet you there. TBP Aftermath for, what's this, 25 HKs. Oh, shit. I've never heard of HKs. Go check that out. Oh, the Hong Kong dollar. I've never had anybody donate in the Hong Kong dollar. Thank you very much. And that's for 25 Hong Kong dollars. Keep up the good work. Well, I truly appreciate it, man. And I always do. I want to be an entertainer. I want to be a science presenter, but I want to be an entertainer too. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could be very dry and be a good science presenter or be a good science representer. I think that I do that best with comedy, humor, making you laugh, and, you know, maybe opening your eye to a concept or two that you weren't already aware of. So, JL, what do you have to offer, man? I've been talking. I feel like I'm about to cry.
No, you're going on about this whole the science thing. That's the whole big thing. Is that I wish I was. I'm somewhat versed but I'm just not as versed as you guys are. Like my knowledge is rudimentary. I mean, I know a bit, and I can study on the fly, and I can understand things. But when you guys get going like this, I don't want to interrupt because you hit all the points so well. And when you come back around, if you ever come back around to the philosophical side, or you come back to the theism side, or the arguments from the illogical arguments there, that's my kind of forte. I'll swing on that.
Well, they said something at the beginning, and I was waiting for it to come up organically, but oh my God, I had such a good response. And this shout out here to the Bob the Science guy who gave me this idea. He said, next time someone says that tries to refute one of your claims with a fallacy, you just answer him that science has never been debunked by fallacies before. We're not about to start letting it happen now. So yeah, once they said all the fallacies of genetics and this and that, and I was just like, oh, please, 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 when I start presenting my evidence, call anything I present a fallacy, please. I think I heard a Sean Hufford. Was that correct, or was that not correct? No, not correct. Okay, well, that must have been you. Did you grow balls all of a sudden? Yeah, you, JL. Did you grow balls all of a sudden?
Me?
Oh, wait. Yeah, somebody sounded like that, a deep voice for a second. I thought that might have been you. But no,
No,
you're
it
back
wasn't
to
me.
having your high-pitched, girly voice. No big deal.
Oh, okay. I was scared
Kuyasa,
there for a second.
Kuyasa for 5,000 Korean dollars, I believe. Oh, God, dog it. The Asian super chats have been so far in between each other that I've started to forget the units of currency already. I need to be held accountable for that. For 5,000 Kuyasa dollars, but all you need to do is all you need to do to entertain us is just whistle. Guys, I whistled
Yes,
last
please.
night. Hey, I'm getting better. Hold on. I will
Nope.
never. I will not do this in person, by the way. My face gets too fucked up to do this. I have to like contort my face into an. But listen, I got it, right? Hold on. There it was right there. You heard it? You heard that?
That was the wind, right?
No, that is a whistle, my friend.
You mean like?
Not like that. No, that's pseudo whistling. Let me get to real whistling. Look, that's pseudo whistling. This is peer reviewed whistling right here.
There's video of my whistle now. There is no video of your whistle.
There will be soon, as soon as I can learn to do that same whistle without making that fucked up face.
Wow, sounds like an old barn howling. Good job. Jet guitars in the chat.
Oh no, but look, Carrie Oliver loves me. Getting there. Keep it up. I appreciate the confidence. Mandevil says blowing too hard. I honestly am blowing about as soft as I can possibly blow, Mandevil. I have quantized the minimum amount of air movement that would be considered breath, and I'm doing it at about 2 times that minimum amount. Let's say, get your ass away from the mic. I can smell it from here, from Jackalope Herdmaster, asshole.
Don't you know you need to blow harder to get any kind of action?
All right, now let me try if I blow hard. See, that's the difference. I'm blowing soft, guys, okay? But the thing is that my bottom lip is literally almost to my tonsils to do that.
Well, I don't even.
That's why I say I can't. That's why I say I can't do this.
Mechanistically.
I can't. Okay. Let me make the face and visualize my face, okay? Okay. So my tongue. We'll start with my bottom lip. My bottom lip is over my teeth and all the way back to where that little thing that reaches up from the bottom of your jaw to the bottom of your tongue. That's how far it goes, and it hits that. I then take my tongue and I make like kind of an S and an X shape at the same time, if that makes any sense. and then I just push up close to my teeth to my tongue. And then I rear back like I'm about to attack something and show my top teeth. And it was, watch.
Oh, wait.
I told you I'm whistling.
No, okay.
Closer,
So, when you move your lips, when you adjust your lips, you're altering your embouchure. So at the start of that whistle, try to keep it right there without adjusting your lips. Don't tighten your lips, because when you tighten your lips, you're increasing your embouchure and your tone will go up. So just try to keep it at that one even tone at the very start.
Not happening. I have to pull my teeth back. See? It's perfect. Pseudo whistling asshole. But I want y'all to know something. Like, I know this is a big joke. I know y'all are thinking at this point he's got to be pandering to us just to keep the joke running. It's not. I'm legitimately trying. When people tell me to do stuff, I typically go back and try to do it at least once, and then I go, no, that was stupid, and I move on. Because I want to whistle, okay? I want to be able to call my dog to me without having to yell at him from across the field. I mean, my dad can do it, my son can do it, but the whistle gene skipped me. I either have a whistle gene or a non-whistling ERV that mutated through pre-flood genetics. I loved how he tried to pick up on that real quick too. He was like, what did I say? I said something. Oh, extinction. I was like, when he goes, that doesn't explain why we only have so little life on Earth. And I was like, have you never heard of extinction? Like, oh yeah, the flood extincted everybody.
And I wish I'd gotten a jump on that, because they finally brought it up. I knew they were eventually going to have to go to the flood. And obviously, we know it's an objective truth. It's an objective fact that there is no evidence for a global flood. We know that the flood story in the Bible was plagiarized from Gilgamesh. It in turn was plagiarized from Sumerian legend and then from Akkadian legend. So we know that that's bullshit. Yeah, it was taken from other sources and put into the Bible, as much of it was. But the fact that when I asked him, when he said all species came up together, all of it, he wanted to say kind. He really did. But he didn't want to fall into the Hovind trap. So when he said all species came up together, which means, okay, so if all species came up together and you're working on a time frame of 6,000 years, why is there a geologic strata that does not have fossils of a particular species? Or why are there no mammal fossils in the Devonian era? And he was like, oh, well, this. I was like, whoa. And he just completely fell into the trap that his model completely discounts that there ever was a Devonian, which is 420 million years ago. So simply by not addressing that, he accepts it into his argument, and I was like, oh, I've got him. And then James was like, we got to move on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was a few times when I wanted to respond to something so bad, and I had like simple fucking statements that would have just refuted what he said, and I was denied the ability to even deliver the statement. I was like, wow, this is frustrating. John Rapp for $2 Aussie. Who needs to whistle when you're a big swinging D? That's damn straight. You gotta know, if you know how to fucking punch a kidney, you ain't got to whistle. David Oliver, 5 pounds. But Flurfs don't realize that one rotation of the Milky Way galaxy will far outseed our lifetime. I don't know if I read that wrong. Far outseed our lifetime. Out their lifetime. That's what it was telling me. They one rotation I believe is like 200 million years. This is a good super chat, and I'm gonna get to addressing this right now.
The Milky Way.
Yeah, one rotation. I think it's 200 million years.
It's like because I know right now from where we are right now at our position in the Milky Way, Earth, and the last time we were at this point, the dinosaurs still walk the Earth.
Yeah,
which I think is just something. Years. I just think that's something really cool. I don't know, that tickles me. Just that idea.
Okay, so Sphere itself makes a good point. $5. Team, you were mentioned by Daniel Pratt in the newest Flat Dirt video. You need to watch. I'm also going to acknowledge another dipshit. He goes by the name of Sean Hawkins. Sean Hawkins, who's always a little bitter about not being invited on to panels, and nobody wants to bring his boring ass on and all this other shit. Now, I have brought him on. I brought him on for a debate with JM Truth. I brought him on to be in a video of mine about Daniel Pratt. And yet, because I don't involve him in everything I do, he seems to feel like he gets left out. Just be more active, Sean Hawkins, and don't be so toxic, and maybe people will invite you. Friendly advice. However, Daniel Pratt and Sean Hawkins both jumped on something they should have never jumped on. In my last Daniel Pratt video, I made a statement that said that he made up rim velocity. Now, rim velocity is a term. Yeah, sure. People use it. But you know what else people fucking use? Genetic entropy. Is genetic entropy a scientific term? No, not at all. You won't find any scientists talking about genetic entropy. If I show you, okay, hold on. Before we go any further, I'm going to try to find an equation for you guys. I'm going to find one that's already the only pictures I'm going to be able to find are going to be are going to have the answer involved in them. So I'm going to ask this question. For any of you physics enthusiasts, you basically have to have a ninth grade physics education here. I would like you to tell me what the equation V equals R omega, where R is the radius, and I'm not going to tell you what omega is. If you're somebody who's out there, well, I guess I should, because you can use omega in a few ways. But anyway, we'll see if the physicists get it. Okay? So, guys, go ahead and please tell me what the equation is for V equals radius times omega. Oh my God! Look at Clive Wells nailed it, right? Tangential velocity. There you go. That is the term that's used in science and math. The term is not rim velocity. Rim velocity is a colloquial term that they use in the machinist world. It is unique to their world. You're not going to find a physicist talking about rim velocity. They don't teach you that shit. They teach you that shit if you go on to be a machinist, because it's important in flywheels to keep them from fucking breaking. Okay? That's the only place that it's mentioned. When I said it's not a real term, that's what I mean. In science and math, in established science and math, rim velocity is not a real term. So I posed this question last night as well to Professor Phil Bell. I asked Phil Bell, I said, Phil, here's this equation. What does this equation represent? You know what his answer was? Tangential velocity. I asked him, I said, what about rim velocity? He's a physicist, guys. He's put things on the moon. He's contributed to putting objects in the moon. He's never heard of rim velocity in his life. So I stand by my assertion, and this goes out to Daniel Pratt and to you, Sean Hawkins. Instead of trying to say, oh my God, look, I can bring Team Skeptic down to get a little closer to me, should have done a little bit of fucking research. Yes, the words rim velocity do appear in books. However, they're not accepted scientific and math terms.
I always thought it was a sex act.
Yeah, right. Rim velocity. But that
would take a second to land.
I don't mind people correcting me either. I don't mind if people are. That's what I want to be done. I want to get better at what I'm doing. So let's see. Hold on. I'm reading Mandelbrot because that's the next super chat that's coming up, and I want to have this. But anyway, yeah. So unfortunately for Sean, yeah, you were wrong. You shouldn't have sided with Daniel Pratt, because that makes you look even stupider than you already did. But good job. And he was like, I was wrong with JM Truth. Yeah, because you outright said JM Truth was not a veteran. You made a positive claim about his veteran status, and he shut you the fuck up. If you would have gone to the second line, the next line in my video, I said, oh, so you're talking about tangential velocity, or the velocity of a point on a sphere. I corrected him and said the proper scientific term to use, not the machinist specific term to use, would be tangential velocity, or the linear velocity of a point on a rotating sphere. So that's where you fucked up, Sean Hawkins. You didn't watch my video, you just watched Daniel Pratt's. All right. Let's see. Let me get to the super chats. God's auditor for $2. At this point, you are willfully falling or failing. Is that failing or falling? I'm not trying, man. I'm not trying. I really want to learn to whistle. Why can't you guys just believe me that I want to learn how to whistle? It's in my best interest to whistle. All right, now let me try to read this super chat off in Japanese. I believe it's Japanese. The last one he gave us was in Japanese. Let's see. It's Chimu no kaironsha wa garasu no kabutsu o alsuru. Oh, I hope I got it right. Okay. And then let's see the next one.
Wow, I'm like legit impressed. You can read that kanji?
Huh? Did I read it?
You can read that kanji?
No, I read it. Mandelbrot shared the phonetics, or he just wrote it out phonetically for me so I could read it. But was I close at least?
So I was looking at Glass Monster's super chat coming up.
What does it mean? Have you looked up the translate to see what it actually means?
Oh, I haven't. I was looking at that. I was like, I didn't see the phonetic Mandelbrot's phonetic spell out, but I was looking at Glass Monster's. Glass Monster put something up, and in kanji, and I was like, holy shit, is he reading the kanji? God damn, dude.
Chimu no kagironsha wa garosu no kaibutsu o asuru. Team Skeptic loves Glass Monster. That's what it says.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I do, Glass Monster. You're awesome. Isane, for $5 Canadian. Flirfs need to take art classes. They can learn how perspective works and how to use light and shadows to create a third dimension. You said take art classes. You do realize that for them to take art classes will mean they will have to take away from their rent money. They have no money. They cannot put themselves through an art class, and art classes, unfortunately, aren't free unless you go to like the YMCA, at which you're going to run into the problem that most of these flirfs probably can't get within 100 yards of children. So, like, seriously, flirfs going to an art class is something that I cannot see possibly happening in the future. More power to them if they do. Learn perspective since you bring it up so much, like she says. The plot hole for $2. I need 5 more U-boats. Help a plot hole out. What? U-boats? What's he mean by that? Subs! Oh, fuck.
Subs.
Yes, hold on. It threw me off. That's why I was like, U-boats? What the fuck's he talking about?
They're landing a little slow tonight, team.
Hey, they are. They are. It's having to do a bunch of things. Unfortunately, while Fight was unable to join, it was kind of a last minute thing. He just didn't feel right. He didn't feel comfortable. He didn't feel good. And I really was like, dude, go ahead. I got this. Take the day off. And it kind of while I was confident in it, it then began, my whole day's worth of planning up to that point all began to unravel at that point. And at that point, I needed to stop trying to put together graphics and find another person to come on with me. And then I needed to rewrite some of the script where I had written Fight the Flat Earth to come in, because I didn't want to throw it off for you. I just went ahead and rewrote it so that it was all from my perspective, so... It threw my day off. It's still throwing me off a bit, but I'm here. 100% I'm here. Yes, he needs 5 more U-boat subs to help get him to 500, guys. The plot hole is almost at 500 subs. I'm sure we could make that happen tonight. Ilya Moon for $2. You don't invite me on. You want to come on, Ilya? I'll bring you on too tonight. All right, that's Ilya and Glass Monster that are coming on. David Oliver, for £5, I thought rim velocity was how quickly you cunning linguist a woman. Yes, cunnilingus.
I said it was it was a sex act. I knew it.
But rim velocity, that would be done on me, right? That's the speed at which it's done to me.
Well, you can perform the rim velocity to anybody else.
And that too, yes, you're right. Oh, no, it was I enjoyed the debate. I enjoy a challenge. I felt like I was challenged there. I felt like I was challenged because I didn't already have the like pre-existing knowledge. It's not something I went to school for 20 years on and have, that kind of knowledge. I'm not a PhD Tony or a PhD Clive. I'm not those guys. I've only been to school in very specific fields to begin with. Also, I'm not a microbiologist. I don't expect myself to have every answer. If I would have brought someone like a microbiologism on, he has a degree in microbiology. I'm sure he would have been able to handle those questions a lot better, but I do enjoy the challenge. I think that it's good to challenge ourselves. And, I don't know if I'd be willing to debate those two guys again. Maybe SFT on the chromosome 2, but I would tell him to keep it specific to chromosome 2. It's really clear he doesn't understand how everything he brought up tonight is a prediction of evolution. Which
I would be absolutely happy to debate either one of them on their theistic positions, their creationist positions, because genetics and microbiology and the stuff like that is not really my forte, but I'll take him to task on the Bible and historicity of the Bible and using it as a science manual. So I would love to be able to take a swing at that.
And I want to say shout out to Conspiracy Cats also, who reached out to me ahead of time and offered to help out with any of the information I needed. And that's where I got some of the citations I had. And like I said, also thank you to Tony Purcell, who provided him with those citations. So it's a chain of friendship here, me, Cats, and PhD Tony out there. So thank you guys for both of you. All right. Let's get over to the chat, because I know the chat's out there harassing me. I haven't been able to watch it. Stephen Cook, Team Skeptic has not responded to my Discord messages.
You were just talking about that.
Yes, Stephen, I'm telling you, man, I'm so sorry. It's not anything personal. I'm looking at, I think it's like getting close to 600 messages right now.
Oh my God.
So, and I'm at over 450 emails. I tried to respond to those the other day. I got through about 12 of them because it requires response and a response to a response, So I got through 12 of them before realizing that I had more. Did I call you JM again or J? I did not call you JM again, did I? Monk Mayfair said it's JL Warren. Oh no, okay, Paul Lovett, JL Warren, not JM at Team Skeptic. Oh yeah, I called him JM earlier.
There's some people who have said that I should change it to JL Truth.
JL Truth, yes. One in the chat for changing it to JL Truth. Don't put anything in the chat if you don't want him to. Watch, only ones are going to come up. Any ones or any words count. So anybody that chats right now counts. Look at that. They all count.
Oh, shit.
I feel like I have a sneeze.
Oh, please. On. Oh, negative exponents. Please don't. Oh, J.M. Warren.
J.M. Warren. I like that. Oh, okay. You're a horror guy. Let's talk a little bit of horror right here. Now I know you talk more horror movies, J.M. Warren.
Well, it's
I was just trying to see how it rolled off the tongue. What do you think about Hannibal? Go ahead.
Well, just to clarify, so from a filmmaking perspective, it's not just like a review of movies or anything of that respect. So we go into kind of the cultures and the kind of like the social aspects that go into horror films itself. Because originally my background is in forensic psychology and kind of the hows and whys of aberrant behavior, and fear is a major mitigating. It was kind of a common denominator across humanity, and so I really kind of dig that field, and I'm drawn to horror films for not only their depictions but their cathartic release and how people watch them for that catharsis. And so that's what kind of draws me in and also as a filmmaker. So we go into it as deep as we can. So we'll go into when we were talking about Goodnight Mommy on the latest episode, which is a German film, but it's heavily influenced by South Korean folktales. So we talk about stuff like that. We go really, really deep. So I hope that people understand that that's where we're going. It's not just like a review show.
All right. And then, oh yeah, I got my mic on. I didn't know if my mic was hot. Okay. So what do you think about Hannibal?
The series or the character?
Yes. No, the series.
The series is magnificent.
Isn't it? I thought I was the only one. I thank you for validating my fucking opinion.
Oh, you're absolutely correct. Now, the first and second seasons were absolutely brilliant. I'm so glad it's on Netflix right now, because now the people who missed it when it was on network television, they finally get to see it. They don't have to pay for it unless they have a subscription. So it's so great that it's there. I feel like they kind of dropped the ball in season 3 with the whole dollar hide thing, the red dragon thing. But the problem was they were rushed for production.
I'm at the end of season 2. I'm at the end.
Of season
2. Hannibal. Brenda, we're talking about Hannibal. We're talking about Hannibal. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you didn't accidentally tell me anything.
Oh, no. Okay. I just thought that because on the back end, production was a little on the rush side, and they weren't sure they were going to get renewed. So they kind of pushed as much as they could to attract as many viewers as they could. So I think that was a little hurried, but it ended beautifully, in my opinion. I think you'll really like the ending, how the series ended. But season 1 and season 2, absolutely stellar.
Hold on.
I mean, come on. That fight between...
You just said series ending. Was it a season ending? Was it season 3?
The series ended... The series ended
Are
after
you
after season 3.
fucking kidding me? It's only a 3.
No.
I hate when such good shows are so short. Make it, if you're going to do 3 seasons, make it 40 episodes a season, goddammit.
Yeah, and it was unfortunate, and a lot of people were pissed that it was canceled, because Mads Mikkelsen was brilliant as Hannibal, and of course, you had the likes of, with Lawrence Fishburne was amazing in there.
Yes.
Virtually every actor they got in was incredible. And come on, that fight between season 1, season 2, that fight between Crawford and Hannibal in his kitchen.
Yes. Yeah,
I haven't seen anything like that in network television. I can't remember how long. It was so epic, but it's a brilliant show and an excellent, I would say, an excellent depiction of forensic psychology and how it's used, as long as you take out the kind of supernatural elements of Will Graham, because he's more of like an iditaker, where it's like he can supernaturally get into this field. It's not really like that. It's definitely science, but it's a fantastic display of what the does and how killers operate, their modus operandi.
Jo, you're clipping for whatever reason again, but it does seem like you've gotten louder also.
Sorry, I got excited and I got louder.
No. Get excited. Just if you could just turn your gain down about another 5%. The people will still be able to hear you. You're not going to make yourself too soft. Oh God, I shouldn't have said that. You're not going to make your volume too low.
That'll never be.
Oh yeah. But oh man, yes, you're right. And for anybody out there, we promise not to spoil anything. Definitely go watch Hannibal. You will like it. If you're just looking for something to do, it has its hooks in me, guys. I want to see the next episode so bad right now. I mean, I've been at the point where I was like, oh man, I don't even want to play video games. I want to go watch another episode of Hannibal. That's how good it is. And I don't feel that way about most shows. If I watch a show, I might watch it over 2 or 3 week period, a few episodes at a time or one episode at a time. With Hannibal, I've almost done 2 seasons in 3 days.
That's impressive.
What else is out there that I'm missing that I should be paying attention to?
Oh, actually, that's something that we're going to be talking about. You have Netflix thing, so that's something we're actually going to be talking about on our upcoming episode. So, if anybody's curious, we're on the next episode. We're actually going to be talking about some hidden gems, some hidden horror gems that are actually on Netflix right now. You can go and check them out if you haven't already. I would recommend Caliber, Super Dark Times, The Bar, Girls with Balls, Inhuman Kiss, and When Angels Sleep.
Hey, The Girls with Balls is not something I typically watch on Netflix.
But all 6 of those are really, really excellent little hidden gems that are on Netflix that people might not be aware of.
Oh, wow. Yes, we have to talk about this. Negative Exponents at J.L. Warren. Have you seen JM's portrait of Hannibal Lecter? His portrayal.
Wait, is it a portrait or a portrayal?
I think he means to say portrayal because I don't think.
No, I have not seen. I have not seen JM's portrayal of one of the greatest villains of all time.
Wow.
I have not seen this.
Negative Exponents. Please send me the video. Timestamp the video and send it to me on Discord, and I will. I'll put it up here and force JL Truth to watch it. I'm calling you JL Truth. What do you like? Do you like JL Truth or JM Warren? Or I'm sorry, yeah, JM Warren.
If I was going to change it, I would go with. If I was going to change it, I would go with JL Truth.
All right, good deal. You heard it, guys. He's changing it to JL Truth.
I said if I was going to change it.
I selectively not heard that if shit.
After my video comes out, but then this will be, and this one coming out this is my very first YouTube content video. I've never made content for YouTube ever in my life, and so this will be my very first one. When this comes out, I don't know how JM is going to respond or if he will respond, but I don't want to spoil anything, but I take a sledgehammer to his entire Superman film.
Oh, God. I think also if we're going to rename you JL Truth, we need to rename Johnny as the Plot Truth. Yeah. Truth in everything. It ruins fucking YouTube channels. Don't ever put truth. I was almost going to be Team Truth. And then I was like, nope, truth kills YouTube channels. Let's just go with one thing that doesn't. Skeptic. Let's see. Okay.
Team Truth.
Team Truth. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Team Truth.
It's fucking more accurate than Team Whistle. All right, Negative Exponents just shared this video with me. Okay, 1 second.
And before you jump that, Martianista. I have not been watching Dark because it's more of a thriller. My wife has been watching it,
That's
so
good.
she may have a better opinion. She may have a better opinion than I do. I spend more time in the like the horror or the sci-fi horror, or psychological horror genres. I have heard good things. I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it because I have so many things on my plate. Because every week we comb through our database and we chronologically pull out the films that we're going to talk about. And even if I've seen them before, I have to go back and watch them again. So every single week I'm watching 4 or 5 new horror movies, or rewatching them, and then I have to do the research on them and I have to go deep into them. And then of course I have my own shows that I'm watching as well. So,
all right. And I love Negative Exponents so much. He's like, he sends me the link and he's like, you got to crank the volume up because JM Truth is so shit at it.
Oh God, his sound, his camera, his lighting, his acting, his scripts, his set design, his art department, his editing, his you name his visual effects. Oh my God, I could go on and on and on. I do in my video.
He says I could go on. I do in my video actually. I can't wait to see that. Hold on. So Let me unmute. Let me play the video for a second and grab that. Yep, there it is. Okay.
I was wondering
You
if
can talk too.
help by answering a question.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. We can't. Look how bad the audio is. This is full volume, guys. I'm not even kidding you.
Psychological
Okay.
That's full volume.
Seriously?
Seriously, that's full volume. I'm literally going to have to go and turn him up, turn up the volume manually. Let's see. Can you hear this
Well-
better?
If you could help by answering a question.
Can you hear
Oh,
that?
fine. I hear the AC.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Does anybody
Yeah.
not know how to fucking apply a noise reduction filter on your fucking audio? Come on.
Or just turn the goddamn AC off.
Check your audio
what that-
before you film.
Yeah,
Mic
exactly.
your person
Yeah.
up.
So actually do a sound test. That's why we say sound, speed, so on and so forth. But
Or just
So,
go in post production like they always do everywhere else and have her lay down a fucking voice track.
there you go.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can
there's
you can do
much
it.
you can do.
The horror film house, that the cameras were so loud on that film that they actually couldn't use any of the audio, so they just went back and dubbed all the lines in the entire movie. So it sometimes that happens.
All right, so the audience wants you to critique J.M. Truth's. See, I thought about it. J.M. Truth's portrayal of Hannibal. Here you go, just for you.
Okay,
We,
let me see this.
being the behavioral science unit at Quantico, you're one of Jack Crawford's, aren't you?
I am. Yes.
May I see your credentials, please? Closer, please.
Closer.
Sir.
That expires in 1 week. You're not real FBI, are
That
you?
expires in 1 week. You're not really FBI, are you, Agent Starling?
I'm still in training
Nope,
at the academy.
fucking up the lines.
Jack Crawford sent a trainee.
Sent a trainee to
We're
me.
talking about psychology, doctor, not the bureau. Can't you decide for yourself whether or not I'm qualified?
Changing the lines.
So unnatural.
That is rather slippery of you, Agent Starling. Please, have a seat.
Bad sound.
Now then, what did Miggs say to you? Multiple Miggs in the cell next door.
What is that
He
sound?
hissed at you. What did he say?
He said, I can smell your cunt.
I see. I myself cannot.
Okay, well, how long is this? Oh my
Wear
god!
Evian skin cream.
I'm trying to see.
And
I'm trying to see if it'll
sometimes
give me a preview
something
window
like
so I can tell you if it changes.
But not today. But you brought your best handbag with you, didn't you?
All right, we'll stop it there, because we don't want to ruin the actual real movie. We don't want to devalue the
Yeah,
the
so-
actual movie.
Obviously, JM is no Anthony Hopkins, and
Give
this
him
girl
a
is
7
actually
dislike.
better than he is for as little as she has to work with. He's obviously copying. He's obviously redoing the cell scene when Clary Starling meets Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. He's added dialogue. He may be working from a version of the script, or he may be working from the book, but he is not working from the shooting script. So there is additional dialogue that did not appear in the actual scene that actually made the final cut. She is actually working okay. She's obviously not an actress, but her lines are pretty simplistic, but trying to conjure this Anthony Hopkins kind of vibe. And the problem is that if the lights are up, because remember it's a prison, so when the lights are up so that the cameras can see everything. So thematically, it doesn't really fit. So it's at this point where they're shooting at, there's just two people in a black room, kind of doing the scene. But it loses a lot of its vibe. Not to mention, if the lights were up, they would see how unattractive he is as a person. So I don't really know, but his vocal or everything he was saying, his Deus Gennari, what the fuck is that?
Oh yeah, I was just about to play the credit scene at the end, so you could see all the fucked up spelling, all the things he credited himself for.
You see, and he's calling it Silence the Screams, but I'm assuming towards the end of it, he's doing the 2 cell scenes, the one at the end of the film when they get to the screaming of the lambs, and they're doing the beginning when they first meet. So he may be recreating both of those scenes together. But as far as that, I would attribute that as good as Brandon Routh in Superman Returns, where he's doing his damnedest to impersonate the actor who actually did it and did it better, and he's doing it very badly.
Now, can you tell me what what Anthony Hopkins what his character's name is in the movie, in the actual movie?
His name is Dr. Hannibal Lecter. Lecter. Lecter.
That's what I was going to ask you. Can you spell that, please?
Yes.
All right, and this is
and her name is her name is Clarice Starling, Clarice Starling, not Clarice Starling.
Yeah. So originally, people were like, "Well, maybe I think Writer of Dinosaurs pointed it out on this video. Well, maybe he's just trying to change it up to ensure that he doesn't get hit with any kind of copyright infringement or anything like that, right?" But then, look at this. He's gonna reference himself so many times. Look, he literally. Oh wow! I want to show you something. Okay, look at this. Executive producer, right? That's one guy.
Yep.
Look down here. Script written by. Wow, that must be a whole different guy, right?
That's also him. Yep.
That should be a different guy though. Different name, different person, right? Oh,
well, yeah,
God,
if you have 2 separate names, otherwise it would be actually, in order to avoid something like this, the standard would be that you would actually put up written, directed, and produced by Joshua M. Gennari, starring Joshua M. Gennari. Is that very similar to Kevin Costner in Dances with Wolves?
Yeah. Plus, on your IMDb page, these would actually be different people on the IMDb
these would count as different credits. You are correct.
So if you were trying to pass your credits off to somebody to show them, you say, okay, well, I have directed a film and I've written a script for a film, and they say, okay, give me your IMDb page. And he says, Joshua Gennari. He goes on there and says, well, I see that you directed this dumbass film, but I don't see where it says you wrote the script. And you say, oh, we got to go to Dias Gennari for that one. So, oh, well, now I see in Dias Gennari you've written a script, but you haven't done shit else other than be a camera or be a lighting design guy.
In essence, he would want to, if he did to appropriately do his IMDb, he'd want to do it as Joshua M. Gennari, and then he would want to put those credits like writing. That would be a writing credit, and then he would be credited as Deus Gennari. So,
okay, now right here, look.
There's Lecter misspelled again.
Right, he misspelled Lecter again. Now, this was so funny that was pointed out to me. Could you imagine being Anthony Hopkins, right? And someone says, hey, go check out this film by this crazy indie guy that, he just did a rendition. And you watch the film, and you already saw all of that. And then at the end, you get thanked for your excellent dramatization of the original Dr. Lecter, when Dr. Lecter is nobody. He cannot win. It's unfortunate for him. He is his own. The existence of J.M. Truth is J.M. Truth's own downfall. That's in a horrible position to be in life. To be responsible for your existence, to be also have the same responsibility for your downfall. Oh God.
Yeah. Hey, team, do you mind if I step away for a brief second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I've got a house issue to deal with. Can you mute me here or?
Yes, I can mute you. Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Just wave at the camera. Wave at the camera when you're back and you're ready, and I'll unmute you. All right. So we got David Oliver for. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I already read all those. Let me see. I'm make sure I got all of them. Jesse Cag G for $2. Hi everyone, except team. Yeah, thanks. The plot hole for $2. That's not as bad as you think it sounds. What were you talking about, plot hole? I didn't see that. And just tag me in a normal response. I'll read it from the chat. Stephen Cook says for $2, I can whistle even though I'm missing a tooth. Hell, that's what people say. People think I'm missing a tooth, and I still can't whistle, and I'm not missing a tooth. It's not even that big of a gap. Jeez. David Oliver for £2. JM Truth in Hebrew means to deceive. Yes. I love it. I love it. All right. So, let's see. The plot. Oh, the plot truth. Yeah, no, right. That's not as bad as you think it sounds. Except for any channel with the name Truth in it is doomed to fail there, Johnny. So, no, I will not let you fail. I have too much emotionally invested in you right now. All right, let's see. Jessica G. JM is pretty dumb, huh? Let's take a trip to the mirror that you to the mirror you see through. Yeah, we talked about that mirror earlier. There's not much left of that mirror. I spend all day looking at myself. I've degraded the mirror with my beauty. Monk Mayfair, Team Skeptic, you should check out Almost Human. It's another one of those excellent shows canceled before their time. I've seen Almost Human. I like that. Is that the one where there are 3 roommates? One's a ghost, one's a werewolf, and maybe one's a vampire. I'm not 100% sure on it, but I think that's the one you're talking about. Professor Pineapple. Pineapple Earth is the truth. God dog it. I keep forgetting to do this pineapple on pizza event. Okay. This week we're doing it. I will go and get the pizza sauce Tuesday night probably, because I am planning on streaming on Tuesday night. So probably Tuesday night. My son doesn't work, so we'll go ahead and cook a big ass pizza, and I'll go ahead and I'll make the sauce from scratch. As per Chef Allen. Oh, he says, no, not that show, the detective show. Am I thinking about Once Bitten, maybe? Let me go back and look at the... All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'm looking this up on IMDb. Oh, yeah, I have not seen that one. Okay, I have not seen Almost Human. I think it might have been Once Bitten then that I saw, because that name sounds familiar to me as well. Oh, Bitten, but no, I don't think that's it. Okay, I have no idea. I actually have no idea what show I'm looking for. So if somebody in the audience could point me to the show that I'm looking for. Gerard for $2. No, €2. I'm sorry. JM equals jerk of all trades, master of none. Yeah, that's funny. I like that one. Yes, Tim Brown. We have gone to Flat Derp. We played a Flat Derp video earlier, actually. I like it. Oh, Being Human. That is it. Yes, that's what you're talking about. Thank you, Ryan McCullough and Translator Cranium. I do remember that. And yes, I believe the one, Being Human was originally a British show. Because I thought that show was good. But I'm weird like that. I like SFX stuff, special effects. I like supernatural stuff in movies. Because I know they're not real in real life, so I seek those out to, if I'm going to waste, free time just bullshitting myself, I don't want to bullshit myself with fucking, shit that I study. I'll go bullshit myself with shit I don't study. Use that study time for something more important. Jessica G says, you were looking for ancient aliens, correct? I was looking in the mirror looking for your new alien boyfriend. I was thinking to myself, he's got to look like this guy because she loves this guy. Pizza, Sean137. Pizza needs to be big enough to share with the chat. Hey, I'm down. I'm down, man. Let's share it. If anybody else wants to make a pizza, I will double confirm that for you, or I guess singularly confirm that. I'll confirm that for you Tuesday during the daytime on my YouTube community page. I'll let you know whether or not I'm doing the pineapple pizza. And you guys can also try pineapple pizza as well with me and tell me whether you liked it. TC Lucas says, we watched Being Human. Really like that show. I did. I'm telling you, man. I really like that too. I just like the dynamics of how a show is put together, like bringing a ghost, a werewolf, and a vampire all together, living in the same house. You know, it's just something you don't see regularly on TV. Aliens circling Uranus from Stephen Cook. Stephen, I promise I will message you either tomorrow or Tuesday. And the only person I'm promising that I'll respond to a message for is Stephen Cook right now, because he has sent me messages in the past and been very patient with me, and it's unfortunate. I apologize, man. All right, let's see. We have Super Chicken 73 for $5. Awesome. A stream when I'm actually off work. Love you, bud. I almost read that as love you, turd. The plot hole for $2. 500. Woo! Bon Jovi, we're halfway there. Ah! Yeah, I'm going to sing for you guys for a moment. That's the other thing you don't want me to do. You don't want me whistling, and you don't want me singing. Wars are started over those two events. All right, let's see. Pineapple pizzas are my favorite from Anonymous, followed by Craven Moordick. Anonymous, get out. Well, I'm going to withhold judgment on you, Anonymous, until after I retry pineapple on pizza as an adult, and I can make an informed decision. Once I can make an informed decision, then we'll talk about your sanity. TP Seeker says, be sure to tap dry the pineapple before putting on the pie. Think every 2 to 3 bites should be a piece of pineapple to give taste buds different sensations. Yeah, so, okay, thank you for the tip on tap dry the pineapples. I appreciate that, because I probably wouldn't have done that. I was told to get tinned pineapples, so I'm sure they're going to have some kind of preservative in them. So I will definitely tap dry those off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the pizza up so that one slice has 0, the slice next to it has the maximum amount, and then it's going to, like, as you continue to go around, there'll be less and less and less. So I can actually zero in on the slice of pizza that has the proper amount of pineapple, whether it be all pineapple. Oh, God, I should not have said that. I'm not eating a piece that's just all pineapple. Oh, God. Yeah, I'll come up with an excessive amount that's not too excessive. But yeah, I'm gonna eat it at different things so I can kind of really get the understanding of what I like the best. The proper amount is 0 from Monk Mayfair. I hold that belief currently, Monk Mayfair. I'm testing my belief as a skeptic of my own biases. I'm testing the belief. Great Circle for $3 or £3 and 33p. Fave Pizza, tuna and banana. Try it, seriously. No, that's horrible. Tuna and banana on a pizza? You gotta be kidding me. I've never heard of I've heard of pineapple on pizza. I've seen it at restaurants. Fucking bananas. Oh my God. Jessica G says, you're going to love it, you shit. Stop being such a pineapple skeptic. You're sounding like Bev. I will never sound like Bev. My ignorance is not that high, guys. All right, let's see. Great Circle. What the fuck from NANA? Agreed. What the fuck? Team Skeptic, ever tried banana and yellow curry? No, but I do like yellow curry. So I grew up with a lot of Asian friends and Indian friends, and yellow curry was something that was always in the food. Let's see. Give in to the dark side, Team Skeptic. Ham and pineapple thin crust pizza. Come on, dude. You get a free man card. Oh my God, a free man card? Does it replace the man card I already have, or are you insinuating that I don't have a man card to begin with? David Oliver for €2 or £2. I'm sorry. How about Scotch Scotch bonnets on pineapple pizza. You know, I'm already reaching with the pineapple on the pizza. Not sure I'm gonna add anything else to it that might complicate me being able to decipher whether it's the pineapple's on the pizza that I like or not. Okay, let's see. And we'll go on for a little bit longer. I'm not gonna make tonight too long since I already just did the debate. So I'm gonna send you an invite, Ilya, and I'll also send you an invite, Glass Monster. All right, Ilya, check your DMs in Discord. And then give me 1 second for you, Glass Monster. All right, you guys have invites. Check your Discord. Oh, what? Hold on. I'm sorry. Glass Monster, I almost sent yours to the wrong place. All right, there you go. You guys got some Discord invites if y'all want to come in and join us for these last 10 to 15 minutes. Now, I do appreciate each one of you guys, man. Y'all are awesome. I tried to stay out of the chat during the debate because I didn't want to get drawn in by other people. I didn't want to get drawn in by trolls trying to take my attention away. Plus, I know all of you guys have great answers to every question they put out. Because there's obviously people that are way more knowledgeable on the subject than me. And there were probably a lot of people in the chat that were more knowledgeable on the subject than me. So I wanted to stay away from trying to seek out an answer inside of the chat. I'd rather just be intellectually honest and say, I don't know. Let me look into that and I'll come back with you with an answer, which is, perfectly acceptable if they want to say the same thing to anything I present, because it's not set up in a position to submit each other's evidence to each other so we can, review and have their rebuttal on hand for what they're about to present. It's, makes it a little weird, makes it a little awkward. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. All right. So let's see.
Howdy.
1 second, Glass Monster. Let's see. Oh, Andres Elda said, I meant bananas and yellow curry on pizza. That's even fucking worse. And Phil Cayo says, just post the invite. First ever stream with over 200 guests. Right? Let's see. Jessica G says, 10 to 15 more minutes of you. Hashtag go play in traffic. What? Violent. What's up, Glass Monster? How are you doing today?
Oh, just rattling along, watching the live streams and watching Flurfs get destroyed, as they always.
Yeah, did you happen to catch my my debate earlier on Modern Day Debate?
My oven mitts are wore out now. Thanks a lot.
Awesome.
The Flurfs just don't get it.
Well, these guys weren't really flurfs. Yeah, they weren't flat earthers. I had a evolution debate.
Yeah.
I called him a flat earther because if you're gonna deny evolution, you might as well deny fucking. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm reading a super chat that just came in that didn't hit the thing, but I see it now. Andrew Handelsman. For $2 Canadian, did you and Nathan really hug? LMAO James? No, we fucking didn't. And JL Warren, when he gets back here, I think he's talking. Are you there, JL?
Cool. All right, guys. Let me see if I can get us some more YouTube subscribers.
I don't think he's ready to come back just yet. But yeah, he'll tell you. I didn't hug that dude. That guy hadn't showered. Hadn't showered in forever. He stunk. He really did. He stunk at the fucking Flat Earth conference, and he stunk at fucking at the debate. I know that he had access to 12 shower heads, which is, from Flat Earth Millionaire. I know he had access, but he fucking stunk. I mean, again, this is, I'm not trying to talk shit about him, even though this is talking shit. I'm calling it how it is. I got within a foot of that dude, and he stinks.
Hello.
He just smells like a dirty person. Yeah, who's that?
Hello. Can you hear me now?
JL? Is that you?
Yeah, okay. No, that's not me.
Jamie.
Oh yeah. I've been hearing you the whole time.
My system froze. I quit hearing everything. I just had to do a re-kickstart.
Okay.
I
Irish
do
Demon
apologize.
for
Who is that?
Glass
I'm
Monster.
Glass Monster.
Oh, Glass Monster. Hey, what's up, Chief?
Oh, just like I said, arguing with Flurfs, watching good videos, and watching more good videos, and then arguing with Flurfs.
Craven Mordick says, have you ever considered using the change in the shape of the human jaw as evidence of evolution? I've never considered that. I'm new to this topic, so I'm anything that could point me in the right direction for study, I would appreciate. Thank you, Craven. Hey, Ilya, how are you doing? Hello, Ilya. Oh my God,
Hi.
Ilya, you may get kicked out because Glass Monster may be joining back in. Glass Monster, I am so sorry I gave Ilya the same link as I gave you. So y'all might be actually kicking each other out. Let me send you a new link, Ilya.
Oh, I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's I accidentally gave Ilya Moon your link as well. So if you get booted, she has a new link, but she may be joining it before, or she may be joining the old link before she gets the new link. So if you get booted again, just rejoin, and she'll come in on the other link. All right, and then we have. No, you're good, man. Irish Demon for $2.99. Aussie. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live over the crazy Nathan Thompson shiz after this. What are you talking about, Irish? Is anything new other than the most recent harassing kids video?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, Ilya. I'm sorry. I kept giving y'all the same join links. That was my fault. How are you doing?
It's okay. I'm okay. My throat's a little sore tonight, but I'm okay.
Oh, COVID moon in the house.
No.
Don't you put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, right.
No. I think it's allergies and stuff.
And then Jessica G says, "Good job, team. Another fail. Hashtag learn to link." God, man. Ilya, I just want to say thank you so much for being the beautiful flower and all this shit that gets thrown at me. Eventually somebody throws me the singular flower, and it's always you. So thank you so much for being that person.
Aw.
COVID Keela, I'm still calling you COVID Moon though. And COVID Keela for €2. This is why team gets FTFE to send the links. This is true, guys. This is fucking true. I'm always like,
Jessica,
go ahead.
Jessica G said Ilya deep throat moon.
Whoopsie. No, that's awesome.
Commodore 64 than I am with a Windows machine.
And then Cries Puncher. Oh God, oh shit, I'm gonna have to watch my back now. For $2 Canadian, team just proved yet again why he is the Robin. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put on some subs, guys. We're gonna definitely need to grab I think he's about 5,000 subs over me now, which gives him a good push, right? So everybody say thank you, Simon Dan. No, Fight does. He works hard at his videos. One thing behind the scene that not a lot of you will ever notice, because me and him keep this to ourselves, is like we send each other, videos, and we take each other's critique, and we, between me and him, we actually are the ones who are most aware of each other's growth, because we also see the times that you submit something and you make a mistake, or You submit something that you could see it's a little bit better, and all you guys see is the one part that's the final part, where me and him do a lot of this working and growing together, and he works hard on his videos. He puts a lot of effort into them, a lot of time into them. It's all on my direction, of course. You can pretty much say I'm the reason that he's anybody, and that's the truth. That he would never be. He would have 500 subs still if he was, after 2.5, 3 years, he'd have 500 subs. But thank you, Team Skeptic, for doing your job to get him up to 26K or 30K. I'm sorry, God damn, 30K. But no, for real. I'm sorry.
Quiddy's just said in the chat, Team Skeptic, you and FTE should call yourselves Fat Man and Whistle Boy.
I think it's Whistle Man and Fight Boy. It's Whistle Man and Fight Boy for sure. But I do want to say that nothing should ever be taken away from Fight the Flat Earth. He works really hard to put the videos out he does, and he deserves every bit of respect and every sub that he gets. Having people like me and Conspiracy Cats and Simon Dan to kind of help him get catapulted up, it's not like that happened to me. That happened to everybody. Everybody does that. Maybe not Dan, because Dan had a video that went viral. He didn't need anybody's help. But typically, people like Dan help out people like me and people like Fight and other people just to spread some of that love. But the thing is they don't help people out that don't deserve it. They didn't just pick a random person on YouTube and say, hey, you're going to be doing my video today. No, he went out and picked the people who will put the time into their work, perfect their craft, and put out good material. And every person who filled in for him over these past 2 weeks did an amazing job.
Yep.
Hey, team, don't forget to join my server on Discord this time so that I can at least say I've got Team Skeptic.
I'll join, but I don't ever join those Discord servers anymore, because if I join them legitimately, my phone just fills up with Discord notifications over and over, like nonstop. I clear them within 20 minutes. I've got 20 plus Discord notifications, but I'll join, no problem. If it's just to say I'm there, I'll join just so you can be like, ha, that's right, Team Skeptic supports me, because I do support you in what you do. I just don't like joining a lot of servers, and I apologize about that.
I understand.
Christ Puncher for $2 Canadian. I kid. Team and FTFE are equally awesome. Again, you're a fucking idiot. Team is much greater than FTFE when it comes to awesome. That's how that should have read. Christ Puncher will teach you about logical gates and everything at another time. COVID Keela for... Go ahead.
Send me a Team Skeptic shirt and I'll wear it to a Flurf conference and piss them all off for you.
Oh, I wish I had them. I can't. I don't have any on hand. Christ Puncher for 2. Oh, I read that one. COVID Keela for €2. Does that make you Alfred? No, that makes me fucking Superman. Damn it, Super Batman. And then Jessica G, Team aware of each other's girth, Skeptic. Ha! We are, though. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being aware of another person's girth. Yes, sir.
Pick a character from the old Inuyasha series. Which one would you pick to be?
From the old what now?
Inuyasha.
Japanese anime. Yeah, pick a character that you'd want to be.
I don't even know which anime that is.
Wow.
Is that the one with the cat dude in the red gi?
Yep.
Yeah, I've never seen this one. I'm not the big that for when it comes to anime, my son is so much more into it than I am. I was into a lot of comics, but the only animes that I've really gotten into are the ones that my son has that I feel I can enjoy with him. You know, like it's just a bonding moment. Like DBZ, I've become so I've been wrapped up in DBZ because I want to have something that him and I can bond and talk about that is, that we're both familiar with.
Team, is your son a fan of One Piece?
One Piece, he might be. Hold on, let me
I'd
ask
have
him.
to pick Luffy there. I'd have to pick
Oh, I was just
Luffy.
curious. I'm gonna drop a shameless plug. I voiced 2 characters in One Piece.
Oh, fuck.
Cool.
No way.
Which one?
Yeah. Heat
Who?
and Captain Blondie.
I'm gonna have to go
Okay.
ask my son if he's ever heard of that. John
Why
Rapp
did-
for.
Your son hasn't. He's under a rock somewhere.
Well, hold on. Let me get him in.
Even I'm fan of One Piece at my
Sorry.
age.
Sorry, that was kind of masturbatory, but I heard anime. I was like, I do voice work in anime.
Well, I want to say Ilya Moon says that she was accidentally dropped from the call, and but she does have a sore throat, so she will be joining us at another time. Thank you so much, Ilya, for coming on. You brightened my day just by being here. John Rapp for $2 Aussie. Y'all know Whistlin' Dixie. Yeehaw! Oh yeah. Okay. Super Chicken 73 for $5 says, all you guys do what I'm not able to do, and your work has been extremely important in my life due to all the stupid I've had to deal with. Thank you. And you know, I want to say thank you because the super chats help. That's the only way that I'm able to continue doing this all the time. I know I nonchalantly mention it at the end of each of my videos, but you don't understand. YouTube ad revenue does not pay. So if it wasn't for donations, if it wasn't for the super chats, if it wasn't for the channel memberships, which I'm getting fucking awfully close to 200 of those, if it wasn't for Patreon, I would definitely not be able to put the time that I put into anything that I do on YouTube. So nobody out there is more responsible for that than you guys, and I truly appreciate it. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to entertain you. I'm here to earn every single dollar that's put up in front of me. It's not fair to give somebody money for just sitting there and doing nothing. I feel like I have to earn it, and I try to earn it through entertainment and, stupidity. Just having fun. Bringing on stupid people and letting you guys see them in real life. Jessica G for $2. So these help you, team? Hashtag last super chat. Ha! What a dickhead. Oh my God. Okay, so yes, that is the last super chat. I think I'm going to close it out because I don't want any more super chats from you guys. You guys have been helping me out too much this month. Honestly,
Yeah, I have to go put it in there before it ends.
What's that?
I said maybe I should go pop one in there before it ends.
Don't do that. You're not allowed
Why?
to do that. Because I said so. I
You
got to
gotta
get
see my
out of here.
PayPal.
Have you not seen my fucking how hard it is for me to end a goddamn stream when everybody continuously sends me PayPals or
I
sends
watch
me?
them all.
Yes, it's not fucking fair. I need to get out of here. I need to eat. Okay. Let's see.
Hey, pineapple,
on the stream.
pineapple pizza in the fridge.
Surf for $2.
I just had
more?
a pineapple pizza.
I've
Yeah, they're
never
great.
had one.
Delicious.
I haven't had one for a long time, so I'll be trying it on Tuesday.
Pineapple and
Turn on my
jalapenos.
camera.
I'll do jalapenos. Here's what I'm doing. I'm doing pineapple, jalapenos, pepperoni, Canadian bacon, ham, sausage. So all porks and nothing else. No cheese.
No, the one I
Sauce.
had-
Sauce, but no cheese.
Yeah, no, the one I had tonight was pepperoni, pineapple, hot peppers, jalapenos, the last drop, hot sauce everywhere, hamburger and sausage. And onions.
Honestly,
Too
last night I made 2 pounds of spaghetti noodles. I believe 3 24-ounce jars of spaghetti sauce and 4 pounds of Italian sausage, of sweet Italian sausage. That fucking spaghetti is literally Italian sausage with a little bit of noodles on top of it. Straight up. All right.
Of course.
All right, hold on. Let me get. I'm rushing through these because they're coming in. Surf for $2. No more. Damn. Yeah, Surf. We'll have more of the a longer show on Tuesday. Today I've had that debate and I'm worn out. The banner of Homura Akimi says for $5. Shut up, team. No banner of Homura Akimi. Not shutting up. Christ Puncher for $2 Canadian. Yeah, shut up, team. No, I won't. NA for $2. Shut up and take my money. Money taken. Shutting not up. Okay. Jessica G.
Special thanks, NA for being our latest patron.
Dude, NA is so awesome, man.
You fucking rule, dude. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I agree. You're fucking cool as shit, NA. Thank you so much for your support, bro. All right, Jessica G for $2. Watch him fail again with this. What's that?
99 roof balloons. Nina.
Jessica G for $2. Watch him fail this again. Lol. Hashtag window licker. There's actually proof of me out there being a window licker. Don't forget that. So you're not actually wrong. Travisac for $4.99. Whoops. Yeah, you mistakenly extended my stream. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys. For real.
I'd rather be a window licker than Nathan Thompson.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather be a window licker than a fucking flat earther for sure. I would gladly lick windows if my only two options were to lick windows or be a flat earther. Yeah.
Well, I've got a window out in the outfield if you want to try it.
Right. Surf for $2.
It's an outbuilding, not a barn. It's an outbuilding. As in
Oh God, no. I'll lick the outside of the window, maybe. Surf for $2. Replace those jalapenos with Carolina Reapers. No, thank you.
Yep.
No. I need to know whether or not I like pineapples, not whether or not my stomach will develop an ulcer by adding pineapples to Carolina Reapers. Because, yeah, I'll do jalapenos though, but no. I need to do the Carolina Reaper chips. I need to do the Carolina Reaper chips for you guys, the hot chip challenge, because those some bitches are hot, but they're just not hot enough to make me, consume dairy products. Huge arse for $2. What's that?
I got some chili here that I think would make Aaron Raw nervous.
Oh man, I got to reach out to Aaron Raw.
I
really hope to talk to him one day.
Let me reach out to him and see if maybe he'd be willing to come out to dinner. Maybe I'll buy his dinner or something, and he can come out and hang out with us. Okay, so
that'd be seriously cool.
I didn't say I was going to buy his dinner at the restaurant. I'm probably going to pick him up a fucking $1 Big Mac and bring it with me. He can just sit there.
That's a big dude. He can put it away.
He'd look at me and he'd look down at the Big Mac and me and be visually confused as to which one is food, That's how he's a big guy. He's cool as shit, but I've met him. He's a cool dude.
He'd pick his teeth with you.
With my femur. Yeah, exactly. Huge arse for two Aussie dollars. Fim la bouche equipe. Fim le bouche equipe. I hope I said that right. What does that mean? It's French, right?
Yep.
Oh, I'm looking it up.
Cheater.
Yeah, obviously. I don't speak French. Shut your mouth, team. Ha! Good one, huge arse. Good one. Jackalope Herdmaster for $2. Super chats are over when we say they're over. Yeah, we get the idea, Jackalope. We get it. This is going to go on for hours.
I do have a question for you, team, before you do close this out, because I'm curious about something.
All right.
Okay, so obviously, earth sciences, natural sciences, these are the things that attract you, and you go after these in debates. I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you do a debate like I've done. from an atheist position, solely arguing against theism or arguing against the theological nature of God claims and those as such.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, you do identify as an atheist, or are you more of an agnostic atheist?
Yes, I'm an agnostic atheist. For people that
Okay.
don't understand what the different terms are, you have true believers on each side. These are the atheist and the theist, and then everywhere between them, it's basically like just a level of belief. So you have agnostic Christians or agnostic theists who can say, I don't have any evidence or proof that God exists. However, I choose to believe that God exists. So they understand that they don't have ultimate proof that a God exists, but they still choose to live their life as though a God exists. An agnostic person just simply stays out of the argument, says, I have no belief either way it goes, and I'm not here to impose any belief. I don't even have a preference as to which way it goes. I'm simply agnostic to all the information. Then you have someone like me who's an agnostic atheist who says, yes, I cannot prove that God exists because I know that there's no proof for God. However, I cannot say that all the proof for God has been exhausted to give me an ultimate belief. So therefore, I choose to be ignorant of the correct answer, but I don't believe in a God. So I am still an atheist, but I'm not as hard as an atheist as probably J.L. Warren is.
Oh yeah, I'm about a 6.9 on the Dawkins scale.
Did I say it right though? Did I say it right? Did I describe
yes, you did.
agnostics right? Okay.
I'd never heard you actually state what your actual position was, and that's fine. I know it had never really come up in the times that I'd listened to you, so I wasn't sure exactly where you stood. And now that actually goes into my actual question: is do you have any plans to engage in that subject yourself, to actually take any of those debates on? Or does philosophy, theology not really interest you? Which is fine if it doesn't.
No. Philosophy. Here's the thing about philosophy: when you're talking about debates, you truly are talking about debating philosophical questions. Non-philosophical questions like the shape of the earth are objective truths, and they don't have room for debate. We debate these objective truths because it's funny to see somebody come along and say that red is not red. So it's a very funny to speak on that. Recently, I had a debate with Eric Hare on Conspiracy Cats and Creaky Blinders channel, Agree to Disagree, where we debated on the topic of the importance of an organization like Black Lives Matter in society. And that is a debatable topic because there is no right answer. There's only a perspective answer from my perspective and a perspective answer from another perspective, or I said perspective answer, subjective answer. There's only a subjective answer from my perspective and a subjective answer from his perspective, and we can discuss and debate whether these are good or bad for humanity as a whole. The topic of the shape of the earth is not a debatable topic. It's not. Right. It is an objective truth. The earth is a globe. There is no debating that. We do it for fun. That's why I laugh so hard when people are like, let him get his evidence out. And I'm like, do you realize the stupidity in the statement you just made? I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand that we are not entertaining these people to entertain the idea that the earth may be flat. The earth is not flat. The earth is a globe. It's objective. The debate is for entertainment purposes, to point and laugh at people. So I would be okay with debating that topic, but only from like a personal philosophical point of view. Not a you're wrong, I'm right point of view because of these facts, which make the debates harder, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it pretty much stems down to what can be rationally justified and what is logically consistent. And God claims the aspect, I always go off of absence of evidence is not evidence of absence, but it does hold the same logical weight as non-existence and must be considered as such until such evidence is put forward to support it.
Right.
And so that's pretty much the only thing you can do, because you can't falsify it's an unfalsifiable claim. So you simply have to go to how do they rationalize certain aspects of their belief structures with with pretty much objective reality, and you can typically they get trapped in that, because then they start to cherry pick, and then they start making allowances that kind of give them room to wiggle, and that's generally where they always end up. But there have been a few individuals that I can successfully say, when I've talked to them, I've seen their gears turn, which is really, really good, because you're never going to convince anybody. But the best we can do is hope to get people to start thinking about it, and then maybe pull, because the objective is to pull religion and its, for lack of a better term, and its deleterious effects on society, to pull it out of there. So it's simply something like philosophy that we talk about, but it doesn't hold any sway in how we govern ourselves, govern our country, or govern our lives.
I've never looked into this, but I have a question. Is the tithes that you pay to churches, is that tax deductible or no?
Sadly, no.
You technically can't. Yes, deductions to a church can be tax deductible, but if it does not meet a certain threshold, then it doesn't matter, because it has to be a certain percentage of your annual income.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure, because I started to think about that. I'm like, damn it, if you're being taxed for the money you give to a preacher, then he's just receiving tax money. I mean, that's all he's doing, is receiving your money, taking your money from you. Why would you ever? That is such the most illogical argument I ever said. If I came to you and said, hey, worship me, I promise you heaven, give me 10% of your money. That's all I got to do, right? Worship me. I'll write down a few rules that you got to live by. Well, I don't want to lose your money, so let me put down no killing first. Theft will get you in jail. Let me put down no thieving. I don't want anybody fucking my wife, so let me go ahead and tell you, don't fuck your neighbor's wife. That's what this shit. But live by these rules. Give me 10% of your money. I promise you heaven.
That's kind of how it started way back in the day. That's how tithing began, because it began as basically what you tithed got you credit to basically get into heaven.
That's what we ought to start doing. We should start a religion right here, right now, and we had to say, all of you guys are following us, and you're all donating money. This is your tithing you're paying for. I'm doing this for you guys, because now you can now go and tell the
Catholic is more enjoyable than any other religion.
You can now go and tell the government that you are donating for religious purposes, and that you need your $2 back.
We could call it Our Lady of the Blessed Exemption.
Yes, Our Lady of the Blessed Exemption, and we'll just have a picture of Fight the Flat Earth as Our Lady. All right, so let me get through these so we can get out of here. Let's see. Jackalope Herdmaster for $2. Super chats are over when we say they are over. I read that one already, but I thought that it was so fitting for right now. Thank you very much. David Keller for $2. Team, you need to add the cheese on the pizza. David, you need to stop telling me all that blasphemous shit. If you knew what cheese did to me, you would never tell your lady of dissension that he needs to add cheese to his pizza. What was it? It's not Lady of Dissension. It's Lady of Exemption.
We can say our Lady of Perpetual Exemption.
Yeah, your Lady of Perpetual Exemption doesn't pass stuff right through his stomach if cheese goes in his body.
You got to suffer. You got to suffer for your art, team. Suffer
for
your art.
No. In my religion, cheese is banned.
Have some of my burritos.
And my religion is cheese free, guys. Martianista, $2, not even voluntarily cheese free, mandatory cheese free. Martianista for $2. I have to be able to just go and eat off of your plate at any time that I want to, being your leader. If you have cheese on your plate, it's not going to happen. Martianista for $2. Team, here is more to sit there and do nothing. Oh my God, now you're going to fucking make me get up and do something so I can earn this money. Ilya Moon for $5. I am Team Skeptic, and I support Ilya, Punchy, Roxy, Quiddies, and Misty and Mr. Sirius's channel. Sit Down with Debunkers is the new best channel. I support all those people. Punchy's a great dude. Ilya's a great lady. Lad. I called her a lad. Oh, that's how tired I am. I saw lady in my head and stopped at the D and said lad. All right.
Same.
Ilya's a good lady. Punchy's a good dude. Roxy's amazing. Quiddies is fucking hilarious as shit. And Mr. Serious just passed 5,000 subscribers. A great fucking channel. David Oliver for €2. Team Skeptic is awesome sauce. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I hope you I hope that you're not going to take that back after me fucking ragging you for liking cheese. But thank you. I appreciate it. Huge Arse for $2 Aussie dollars. I'm Team Skeptic, and Huge Arse is awesome. Yeah, I like Huge Arse. I try to fill up Huge Arse in my timeline all the time.
The plot. Huge Arse and you cannot lie.
Yeah, them other brothers might deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung.
Get sprung.
That's her Mix-a-Lot.
Oh yeah. The plot hole. I love some old Mix-a-Lot.
From -10 to +10, how religious would Team Skeptic actually be?
Actually, it's more. You should measure it more on the Dawkins scale. Like, where does he fall on that? Is from a 1 to a 7?
Where do I fall?
Yeah, because I'm about a 6.9.
Where would you say I fell at?
I'd probably say you're at a 6.
A 6?
Yeah, I would say a 6 at the most, 5 at the least.
I wouldn't put myself so low because I'm pretty damn certain in my belief that no God exists. But again,
no, 6, maybe 6.5. Yeah.
From the beginning, before I considered myself agnostic, right? When I did believe that there was a God out there, I actually left the belief of a supernatural deity first. Like, I didn't leave the belief of Jesus or God or anything like that first. I left the belief of a supernatural being first. So that was my first wandering away from, what is possible and what's not possible. But what I do hold this, and the reason why I'm not 100% atheist, is because I could see us being an ant farm. I could see us being a highly developed simulation of a civilization that's much further advanced than us. Probably humans who are, and it doesn't have to be a computer simulation. It can be an organic simulation. We think simulation, we think computer because that's our frame of reference. That's our mindset. In the future, how do we know we're not going to have organic machines that can do things organically versus computers? How do we know that that's not a possibility in the future? Now, how do we know that we don't eventually have brains inside of computers that are running them? I mean, wouldn't be a human brain. I mean, it's just some. Even if we got to that level of advanced technology, to think that they were simulating us in in some kind of organic environment where they put everything together and had it going, and they're observing us and taking notes on us and learning about us and whatnot, it doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility to me. What does seem out of the realm of possibility is a fairy tale god. One that would not be bound by any laws of physics. However, everything else in the universe is bound by the laws of physics. In the idea that we're in an organic world, the organic world that we live in is bound by physics. The world that the other beings are from is bound by physics. Whether they're the same as ours or not, they're going to be bound by physics. They're going to have limitations. They're going to have to worry about how fast electromagnetic waves travel or whatever they happen to call them at the time. That's what I'm more leaning towards if there turns out to be some kind of evidence of intelligent design, which, again, I don't think that there ever will be, but I just don't. I mean, if they came to me right now and showed me enough evidence and said, look, this is evidence that we are actually being created by a different being, and here it is right here. We found solid, repeatable, testable evidence to be able to prove that they do exist, then I'd be more inclined to believing that. But for time being, nah. We're just a very, very lucky people who happen to be on a rock that's conducive to life. That is that is how special you are. When you're starting to feel like you're not special, just remember, for every point in space that you live in, that any human lives in, there are an innumerable amount, an uncountable amount of places that you could not exist because of the conditions. So feel lucky.
There's actually,
and for a finite amount of time as well, because this planet will only sustain life for a limited window, and we happen to be occupying that window.
Yep. All right, let me try to get out. Go ahead.
It's actually technically possible somewheres out there for there to actually be ammonia-based life, because ammonia is actually quite similar to water in almost every aspect.
The possibility for silicone as well, because silicone-based life is only one step away from carbon on the periodic table of elements. And it's almost as reactive.
Oh my God, I'm so tired right now.
But I mean, replacing water with ammonia is what I'm referring to. In that aspect.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And Team, you were mentioning simulation theory like that. Just kind of bake your noodle on that. My friend's favorite idea is that if this is a simulation, that that humans may still exist, but far, far, far in the future, and they are running that we are the simulation that they are running because there was some catastrophe,
right,
that they ran into, and they lost their history. So they're running us to try and determine what went wrong.
I mean, could you imagine to learn as much as you could about an organism? I mean, we do this already, right? Don't we culture bacteria and everything else so that we have enough to study? I mean, how do we know that they're not doing that for us? And they're studying us. Future humans. It doesn't have to be an evil entity. It could be a purely scientific entity that's trying to study and learn everything they can about humans. It could be future humans wanting to learn about the history of their fucking biology and their anatomy. And this is the simulation that we live in that they're running from, some future date. I don't know. There's so much to talk about that.
Oh yeah, it's a whole rabbit hole.
One of my friends literally owns the most powerful electron microscope on Earth. It literally could photograph the coronavirus.
Oh my God, that's awesome. We got to get some fucking. He needs to send us some pictures of some cool shit he's photographed. The plot hole for $2. He just what?
It's on my Discord. It's Scientific Shitlord on my Discord.
Oh, that's him. That's nice. The plot hole for $2. Don't worry, Reaper sauce for the meetup. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having for tasting out the Reaper sauce. I just don't want to put it on pineapple pizza because I would feel like it would probably keep me from really experiencing the pineapple on pizza. Because to me, I think that would just be overwhelming. But I'm going to tell you something, man. Holy shit. Have you been to 12 Cuts yet, JL? We talked about this. Okay. Yeah. They brought the grilled pineapple over. And I almost shit. It smelled so good that my mouth started water started running down the corners of my mouth, and I was like, oh my God, that pineapple smells so good. I'd eaten about 2 or 3 pounds of meat, so I wasn't in any position to eat any pineapple. But at the same time, when I thought to myself, if that fucking pineapple pizza tastes and smells like that, I might just like it. Not even kidding.
It's amazing. It tastes amazing.
I like it.
Do I need to put a little bit of cinnamon on my pineapple then? Because they have that.
No, I would say no.
Not even a sprinkle?
No, that's what the sweetness of the pineapple is good to offset any kind of saltiness. So what I like, or any kind of heat. So I like pineapple and jalapeno, or pineapple and spicy Italian sausage. So I like those combinations because you get a saltiness on one side and a sweetness on the other, or a hot and sweet, like a sweet and sour, or a hot and sour on the other side. So it's good in combination. Like just putting pineapple on just a pizza with nothing else, I imagine would be kind of bland. But it's the combination of the flavors that makes it excellent.
All right, so we have David Oliver for £5, and this is a good question actually, a good philosophical question to ask. What happens if people believe that us humans are the gods? We've already experienced that several times. In fact, it's really weird. It seems as though all major civilizations that ever believed in deities have all fallen to the ones that are still around, or the ones that are around now. So like you had the pagan gods, or the pagan people of like the Vikings. Weren't they pagans, right? Multiple gods.
They were considered pagans, but they were polytheistic, yes.
Polytheistic,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting the term pagan mixed with polytheistic. What is just remind me, what's pagan mean?
Pagan is anything outside the norm of the Judeo-Christian mythologies. So,
okay, yeah. So it would still be pagan, but it's also polytheistic.
Polytheistic, yes.
Yeah, so now what about Egyptians? Would Egyptians be considered pagan? I know they're polytheistic, but would they be considered pagan?
By Christians, they would be, because of not only their rituals to their gods, but also the fact that there is not they do have Ra, the sun god, who kind of presides over all, but it is a polytheist, it is a pantheon, so it would be considered a pagan religion and pagan rituals.
I just realized now why I'm so confused about that term. As I was growing up, that term was thrown around. A term was thrown around to describe anybody and anything that Christianity did not want you to be interested in.
Yeah. It was used as a pejorative, yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, I think that's just why I naturally get confused when the term is brought up, because there, in my worldview, growing up as a child in Christianity, hearing the word pagan was never used with consistency. You would hear people, oh, you can't celebrate Halloween. That's a pagan ritual. That's a pagan holiday. Christmas is pagan. Everything's pagan. And you're like, I guess you're right. It became a pejorative term just to describe anything non-Christian, anything that Christians didn't want you to like.
It was propped up as a pejorative because it falls that way in the Bible, because that's the way they referred to those rituals and rites of faiths that were outside of the Judeo-Christian faith, and so that's just what they referred to, or blasphemers or heretics. For the longest time, because I was confirmed Methodist, and for the longest time it was coming up, hedonism and humanism, as well as paganism, were all considered pejoratives. And because they stem from the Bible and their uses are rooted in that as negatives with negative connotations, I didn't understand what those terms meant on their own, being a humanist, being a hedonist, being a pagan in that respect. But now I do, and I realize that they were full of shit.
Yeah.
It's friggin' indoctrination. It's part of the indoctrination.
All right, let's see. And then I have people telling me not to let you guys fool me. It tastes just like it I think it tastes. I think they're talking about the cinnamon pineapple. All right. Ugly German Truce, man. Long time no see, bud. And Terry Davies, long time. And Factard. God damn it. I've missed so many people out there. All right. So I'm finishing up. All right. Let's go. Andres Ilda for 20 secs. I'm Darren. Green t-shirt not available in my size. What's that about? I'm laughing because I'm just laughing to laugh, I guess. I don't know.
Team Skeptic shirt, probably.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You gotta send me a black one pissing on the flat map.
Yeah, I need to get some for myself. Jessica G. Oh, goodness. Jessica G for $2. I'm Team Skeptic, and I lost to Bev in a debate. Nah, Bev is scared shitless of me. Bev, let me tell you something. This is how you know somebody's scared. When they use an excuse to not have a conversation with you while violating that excuse themselves, while contradicting themselves. He was like, I'll come on Team Skeptic's channel to talk with him if he demonetizes the video live while we're on Fight the Flat Earth channel, who has his channel monetized, or that video monetized. So why again, Bev, is it that you will go on to Fight the Flat Earth monetized channel but not mine? I know. It's because you already know I'm going to stomp the shit out of you intellectually on fucking live on camera, and you're not going to have anywhere to go. You opened your mouth about geometry I asked you a few questions that showed that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about geometry, and we challenged you to take a test. I even said we'd take a 20-question test and give you the 10 easiest ones, and I'll take the 10 hardest ones. I'll do that for you. But no, he's scared. And he didn't beat me in a debate, Jessica. COVID Keela for €2. I'm Team Skeptic, and I wish I was the Batman. I'm Batman. Quantum Degreaser, Team Skeptic. I'm pegging that ass. I like it. I should have said it right. I read it as he typed it. I'm pegging that ass. All right, and the last one, the final one. David Oliver I think he started with the harassment actually. For €5. If I'm about to make it to where you can't. If we are in a simulation, I hope no one trips up the power lead, ending our universe. Yeah, I don't think it would be like that type of simulation, David. I think it would be something that was more like a self-sustaining simulation. When we talk about like the intelligence level to do something like that, we're talking about nothing that you and I could ever just conceive of. Something that like we would have to be taught the ways they would be able to make that happen. True energy being pulled from the universe to power another thing, you know. I don't know.
Not to mention processing.
Yeah, processing power would be crazy. Could you imagine the processing that would be needed for each individual person, let alone the position and momentum and velocity of every particle in the universe?
You gotta remember though, pretty bad computer. We have terrible memories, so the computer can't be all that good at all.
And the simulation would also have to explain the very basic concepts of quantum mechanics that we know to be true. I can talk to you guys relatively, lag free. I mean, of course we got lag, but relatively lag free. I can talk to you guys, and that's all based on electronics evolving with the advent of or the invention of quantum mechanics. So
actually, technically, human beings have a pretty limited draw distance, and there's a term in game design for objects not appearing until your avatar actually looks at them, and that's when they actually render. But as long as you're not looking at them, they don't actually exist. So you could actually save processing space, that every single human, the only thing that exists to that person is whatever is in front of them, whatever they're perceiving at the time. But whenever they turn, when they look away, that stuff does not render, and that processing power goes to other functions. So you actually could.
Well, hold on. That right there describes your perspective of the universe. You would still need the position and momentum of every particle in the universe to properly account for a future situation. So let's say we have a...
But it does fall in line with the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Yeah, because you don't technically have to render it until you're actually observing it.
Right.
So the data is still there, but if one person is looking at
when you play Warcraft, okay, old school Warcraft where they had fog of war and stuff like that.
They had the fog of war, yeah.
Is the computer still processing the information of the orcs, even though you can't see them?
It's only a tiny fraction. It's only a tiny fraction.
Right.
When you
So
even the fog, but you haven't.
Yeah, so if the orcs go into the fog, they no longer have to display to you, but does the computer still track their movements and everything they're doing? Are they still doing things? Yeah,
and
go ahead.
As the Alliance, because the Alliance is progressing at the same time, but you can't see what they're doing.
Right.
So is it processing the Alliance's moves? But it is, but not in a visual sense.
Right.
It's simply collating the data and then,
Well, it wouldn't need to give you the visual data, but it would still need to process the position, location, and momentum of every particle in the universe.
Right. But the visual data is probably almost all of the data that it would be processing, volume-wise.
So it basically all the data points are still progressing, but they're not progressing visually until you actually uncover that area, and then it's kind of like the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, where when you look at things and then the waveform collapses into a single state. Well, the system knows what that single state is going to be at any given time. So then when you look at it, it then collapses, and then that's what you're supposed to see. But the minute you turn and look away, like when and you can't see behind yourself.
Well, that's not necessarily what the Heisenberg uncertainty principle is.
I may be conflating two things there because, like I said, remember. So,
yeah. Well,
am I conflating Heisenberg and Schrodinger, or
no? I think you're just getting concepts mixed up. So first off, I don't believe in a collapse of the wave function. I believe in like the many worlds interpretation. So, but I will engage and I'll entertain the idea that there's an actual physical collapse. What the uncertainty principle basically states is there's a fundamental amount of information that's not attainable under any circumstance. Okay, so let's say you have a particle and you want to know position and momentum, right? You can only know so much about a particle's position before you start losing information about its momentum. If you want to know more about its momentum, you begin to lose information on its position. That's a very basic and crude way of explaining it. There's also a similar relationship between energy and time. The longer something exists, the less energy it has when we're talking about particles. So when you want to reach these high energy particles, they also exist for a shorter amount of time. It has to do more with a good way of thinking of this is like a musical note, okay? If you had a string that ran from one side of the universe to the other and you plucked it with a constant C, so it's a standing C wave all the way across, right? So if I asked you about the position of the wave at any moment, you could not tell me what the position of that wave was. The reason why you can't tell me is because it's infinite in each direction. So then I say, okay, well, let's add sine waves. Let's add sine waves to the sine wave and start shaping our wave. Okay, so as we begin shaping the wave, we start defining its position in space better. Okay, but what have we now done? To define its space and position, we have now added waveforms, right? Waves, the frequency in relation to an energy or to the energy of a photon is kind of where this comes into play. So as you're adding in different waveforms, you're losing clarity on the momentum of the particle. You're gaining clarity because as you add the waveforms, you shrink down the possible position of the particle. Originally, with no other waveforms, it has an infinite position location. But once you start adding waveforms on it, you start restricting the possibility of the position it can be in. You only add one waveform, you don't really change the momentum wave, the waveform that describes the momentum of the particle, or the position of the particle, I'm sorry. When you add those different waveforms in, it starts to limit the position of the particle into a localized space. But because you've added so many waveforms in, you lose clarity on the momentum of the particle. So one is in exchange for the other. Same thing with energy and time.
Gotcha. And it's wave function collapse is one of two processes by which quantum systems evolve in time. The other is continuous evolution via the Schrodinger equation. So yeah, I did have several fields of thought all kind of meshing together in my mind because I was just kind of going off the cuff on that one. That happens when I talk about science sometimes. So yes.
Well, I usually just let people that say stuff like that. I don't really try to correct them because it's still a lot open for interpretation. There are certain aspects of quantum mechanics that cannot be denied. One of them is the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. It's pretty much fucking quantum mechanics is outside of the Schrodinger equation. I would say the de Broglie wavelength and the uncertainty principle are two of the most important fundamental principles in quantum mechanics. But I just brought it up because I didn't want you to be wrong. I'm sorry. I could be wrong. Yeah, what's up?
Oh no, it's okay. No, it's all good.
Here's one for you.
Okay.
I'm Nathan Thompson. I chase little boys with NASA shirts on.
All right, so let me get through here. Let's see. I gotta find it.
Not good, eh?
Let's see. Hold on. All right, Gently's channel for €2. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm almost out. Yes, we're getting really, really close. In fact, there's only 4 more. Surf for $2. What? Mark Beiser for $2. Derp. Oh, when Daniel Pratt said derp in his fucking video, that was hilarious. He's like, derp. I was like, you did not just derp yourself. I'm putting it in. I'm making it my thumbnail and putting it in. NANA. Let's hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna. All right, I'm gonna wait for that one on the end. COVID Kila for $5 for €5. This is the stream that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Yeah, the fever has me delicious now. Good night, friends. Go to sleep for that flavor. That fever fucking really does some damage. And NANA, I'm Team Skeptic, and I. Well, hold on. I'm not gonna read that one until you guys have a chance to say goodbye, because I've got to end it on that one. Mark, not Mark. I almost called you Mark Beiser. JL, do you have anything you want to add before we get out of here?
No,
Well, you
dude,
know what? Hey, I'm
dude,
gonna let Glass Monster say. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let Glass Monster say bye first, so we can give you a proper goodbye with the debate. Glass Monster, do you have anything you'd like to say before we get you out of here?
I'm Team Skeptic. I hate video games.
Incorrect. But yes, thank you, Glass Monster, for coming on, man. I hope you had a good time, and we will get you on in the future. You take care, bud. Okay, JL Warren. All right, we have a super chat that came in that says, from Potato for $1.99. Yes, I whistle strong and, well, missing 10 teeth. Is that all I have to do is knock 10 out? I've never lost it. You know what's funny? I've heard Nathan Thompson say that I was a meth addict, that I was fucking on opioids. He said that I was missing teeth. He said I was 5'2". That's the funny one, JL. He continues to tell people that I'm 5'2".
No, because I'm a short motherfucker. I'm 5'7", and I do believe you're taller than I am.
I am taller than you. I'm taller than you probably by about 3 inches, 3 or 4 inches.
I wouldn't say that high, but yeah, you're definitely taller than me.
Well, my younger brother is 5'9", and I'm bigger than him.
Okay, so yeah, you got me by a few inches.
We're gonna have to stand up back to back. You're gonna have to measure me now. Holy shit! I could be proven wrong at dinner.
White guys measuring each other. This never ends well.
No, it doesn't. We always end up fucking short a bunch of chicks. You know what I mean? Like we showed up with 10. We started measuring ourselves. We've got 0. David Oliver for $5. The Matrix simulation could be a massive fractal program. Yeah, could be. I'm against that because I think we would have found evidence for it being an electronically reproduced environment. I think we would have, unless the technology is so far advanced that we're not using electrons anymore, and we're using something that we just can't detect in our reality. I mean, it could be.
Who was it who said that technology sufficiently advanced is indiscernible from magic?
Oh my God, I can't remember who said it.
That's a quote from somebody. I can't remember who said that.
Yeah, if anybody in the chat knows and can tell us in the next, I would say 10 seconds. That's about how long we have before I click the end stream, because I'm reading NA super chat while I give you guys a chance to figure that one out. Let's see. Yeah, non-baryonic matter. That again, that's something that would be so far sophisticated ahead of us that we wouldn't see it. We would even be able to understand it. It says Kent Hovind. I don't think Kent Hovind said that. Arthur C. Clarke? No. That one might be it.
Was that Arthur C. Clarke? I was dancing on Asimov or Heinlein, maybe Arthur C. Clarke.
AT2 says Arthur C. Clarke as well. I'll have to look that up, guys. But y'all look that up. That's your homework. And then NANA for $2. I'm Team Skeptic, and will fail the outro. Of course I'm going to fail. What are you fucking talking about? How would I not fail the outro? I'm out. Don't say anything. Don't understand. All right. I think